So there's a phrase that they use in France. It's called, I'm going to butcher it, but fuck the French. But it's le petit mort, which means the little death. But it's a phrase. It's
coming. It's coming.
Yes, it's a phrase used to describe an orgasm. So it's basically like you come so hard that you die just a little bit. So like, how great would that be? Like, have the best cum, just the absolute awesome 10 out of 10 cum, so much that you like almost leave this plane of existence.
I mean,
wouldn't that be great?
I know that field.
I mean,
Hello, everybody, and welcome to podcast 69 of the VGRCast.
Oh shit! Wait,
this
hold
week
on.
I am. This week I am joined by my lovely friends Steve, Mike, Monica, Ryan, and my lovely fiance Chris. My name's Kev, and welcome to the show.
I did not get that notification, which is why I was like very confused.
French don't orgasm.
The French don't orgasm? Isn't their language literally called the language of love or something like that?
That's like the one thing the French are good at.
I just want to point out that Kevin basically got cucked on the intro like 3 times as he tried to
It's happened before.
Oh, poor baby.
Yeah, the French are good at 2 things apparently: fucking and telling Americans that and hating Americans.
Literally hating everyone except themselves.
That's fair, but Americans
Everyone
specifically.
hates America.
Mike, I'm glad you picked up on my very subtle cue.
Yeah.
I don't think you were that subtle, sweetie.
It wasn't that subtle.
See, sometimes you come up with stuff beforehand.
Is that a booster shot arm, Monica?
That is a booster shot arm.
Oh my god, what a transition.
Hold on, let's show. Hold on. There it goes. You can barely see the Band-Aid right there.
Okay.
Sure. I'll have to take your word for it.
Nice.
Here we go. That's a little better, probably.
Yeah, there it is. It's shiny.
Yeah, I just got boosted this afternoon.
Oh, you're gonna be out of commission tomorrow.
Like 2 hours ago.
Well, you see, I've heard very mixed things. From what I've heard, it very much depends on how you did with your first shot. Like my boss, he did not have any problems with this. Or sorry, with your second shot, he didn't have any problems with the second shot. So today he was fine. Like he said he had a headache and that was it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right.
I know for me personally, my second shot, I was really fatigued and I had just the worst brain fog a few hours afterwards. So the end of this podcast is going to be very interesting.
So I got mine on Friday morning, and then it kind of started to hit me at work. I didn't feel so great when I was at home, and then it really hit me when I went to bed that night. Like I didn't sleep well at all. The bed was like actually damp when I got up in the morning.
Ooh, poor Vanessa.
No, Steve, you just pissed your pants.
No, I was just sweating. No, Vanessa's trying to scooch away from me because apparently I was just like a fucking space heater. So
yeah, I only had like an hour of like chills and a headache for my second dose, so I should be fine, I guess.
I got fucked.
Not in the good way.
I got fucked.
We'll talk more about the good and the bad ways to get fucked later.
Shut up, Kevin.
Nat got his booster also this past weekend, but he got his booster and his flu shot at the same time.
Double bonus.
I've never reacted to a flu shot.
So,
Double.
And he was feverish a little bit in the morning, and then towards the evening, like 6 o'clock, I'm showing him all the new stuff in Animal Crossing, and he's like laying on me, and I'm like, man, you're really warm. Can you take your temperature? And it was 101, and I'm like, dude,
Yikes.
You need to lie down. And he's like, but I gotta do stuff in Destiny. I'm like, no, you need to lie down. He's like, okay.
But Destiny.
You can lie down and play Destiny at the same time.
Exactly.
But he dozed off, and that really helped him, and his fever subsided by the time we went to bed. So that ended up being really good.
That's very good then. So yeah, Ryan also just was pointing out that like, I mean, I don't think any places are officially able to say like masks are optional again, because like that statewide mandate I think is still in place.
Well then,
wow, Harry, I don't know how to feel about that.
Well then, tell the people that operate the ice arena that I sometimes do stuff at because there are signs saying that fully vaccinated people don't need to wear masks.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Neat.
I don't know if it's now like a personal preference or whatever, but as far as I knew, it was still state rules.
I'm still wearing a mask when I go there because I don't trust some of those men's league guys.
I mean, I still go with my mask everywhere too.
Yeah.
I was at a bar in Indiana last weekend and no one was wearing masks.
Well,
No,
yeah, because
Yeah.
You go to Indiana or Wisconsin, masks are like rare.
Because that's
Yeah.
called a redneck red state.
Well, actually, like when I go to like the bookstore, a lot of people wear masks, but the bar, not so. Jesus
It's
Christ!
because people like books.
People like books.
No, you
like
cannot lay down
I
and
just-
play Destiny 2. Can confirm that.
We just,
Oh,
we just got a pack of black KN95s because, well, it looks like we're wearing masks for a while and might as well be stylish with it.
We've got fun designs on ours.
Mm-hmm.
Early on in the pandemic, Nat's mom made masks for us, and you've probably seen it. My little rainbow kitty mask is my favorite.
A friend, I've got one that I've been that I started wearing again recently. It's just a black mask with just the Avengers A on one cheek, so I like that one.
Nice.
You know what else
You know
is
who else
nice?
wore masks?
The
Oh.
You
detective
guys-
guy in Squid Games.
Yeah, I got the right transition.
Nice.
That wasn't a good
I'll
transition.
give it like a B minus.
No, that was like a C transition at best. That was so
Well,
terrible
the
and
masks are
forced.
actually kind of important now.
Oh,
the-
so
Yeah.
terrible. Forced. Hello, Kettle. My name is Potts.
Yeah, I'm not saying mine were good. I'm just saying you shouldn't hail that as a good transition, okay? I love bad
Hail
transitions. No.
Why not? Satan seems pretty dope.
He is.
I
Hail Satin.
He likes the gays, so you know.
I do
I
hate
gotta
that,
pull up my notes.
that when I turn towards Chris, I turn the opposite way, like on stream.
Mm-hmm. That's what I always do.
Why not just put her on that side of the screen so you can do both?
Because I'm up here. I'm on top.
Yeah,
It is my stream.
okay.
Dance, puppets, dance. Anyways, so yes, Squid Game episode 3 started off with our detective friend tailing the vans that had our contestants in it.
and
Playing Metal
yeeting
Gear
a
Detective.
and yeeting a dude over the
Metal
side
Gear
of the
Detective?
ship.
That's just all I thought when I watched that opening sequence. Although if they did adapt Squid Games into a video game, like that would be some top-notch stealth section. If they just
crab
went for
games.
the
Colonel.
Yeah, this plot line with him is the closest that's come to breaking my suspension of disbelief with how
Yeah.
so close to getting caught he is all the fucking time.
Well,
like
that
that's
and-
how that's the point of breaking your disbelief, and not a death game, and not a giant fucking robot doll that crosses her eyes and
Listen.
shoots people.
She
I
doesn't
mean,
shoot anybody.
The very obvious metaphor
Oh, I
for
think she does.
capitalism, I'm fine with. But then you gotta add the fucking police thing on top of it. I'm like, no, wait a minute.
That kept coming up to me too, especially later on when he picks up a different mask. Like, I feel like he should have been caught a very long time ago.
Yeah,
I don't
like,
know.
Yeah.
No, I feel
Hey,
like
no one see him pick up another mask? Hey,
Hey guys.
Somebody stop that guy.
I don't know. I feel like right now, like this seems like a very omnipotent deal, and that it may seem silly that he's getting away with it now, but it might mean he's gonna get real fucked later. Because they already start to, I forget if it was 3 or 4 now, where they're like, hey, 29 didn't show up for his post.
That was
I
4.
think that was 4.
yeah, that's 4.
Yeah, so
This is a whole thing with 29.
also apparently the hierarchy is circle, triangle, square.
Well,
Yep.
if
Yes.
the top is top is Black Mask Man, then
Andros.
Andros.
Andros, and then square, triangle, circle.
Yes.
All these squares make a circle. All these squares
these
make a
squares
circle.
What about X?
It's gonna give it to you.
But
So yes,
I'm
our
sorry.
man snuck in, and he snuck into a barrack and everything like that. So he's back. All the contestants are back too. Everyone's
Not all
happy.
of them.
Or most of them are back.
90, what was it, like a 90,
93% return rate?
came back? Yeah.
yeah, which is pretty high. I was just gonna say that I do like while the detective storyline may seem unrealistic, I do like how it gives us an excuse to kind of show us the background
Yeah.
of the
Yes,
workers.
I do
Yes.
agree with that.
Yes.
I think at the beginning of the episode, no, maybe not the beginning of the episode, we find out that only about like 14 people didn't come back, which is
We just said
fucking
that. Just
insane.
said
Oh,
that.
sorry, I must
93%. Yeah.
93%, and they started making teams where Ali teams up with the main character, Old Man, and 218, which I think is
That's
his
College
business
boy.
friend.
That's
Yeah,
Songwoo.
College boy.
That's Songwoo.
Do
He's a
you
total
think
dick.
that he? Yeah, he's a dick. But
Yeah.
do you think he?
Yeah, he got a lot less daddy in these last 2 episodes.
Oh
Mm.
yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
think
He was
he
never daddy.
actually went to college?
No, he
Because they keep beating that bit.
Yeah,
to
Yes.
the-
Yeah,
'cause
he
his
did.
Mom says that he went to college.
Like, he
so-
Yeah,
graduated.
He actually did though.
I
Yeah,
think
no,
he went
I mean-
to college. It's just that part of the whole thing is that he was the one that succeeded. He was the one that made it out, but he did all these shady dealings and now he's in debt. So I don't think he lied about his college experience. It's just that that's a source of discomfort for him because it did not lead him on a great path.
Yeah, he doesn't want to dishonor his family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
And the other thing is that, like, so
Southern
if I'm
cow.
assuming college in Korea is like college in other European countries, that like most people don't go to college. Like, college is a lot harder to get into, so graduating from college is a feat. But the other thing is that
It's
that
feet.
is that if 456 or whatever, if he's got a gambling,
Songwoo.
if Songwoo's got a gambling problem, and like he grew up and he's like best friends with college boy, then like, is it safe to assume that
Where were you
shit, what was
going
I
with
gonna
this?
Is it safe to assume that like he also had a gambling problem, but like his gambling deals were much
Was
more
stonks.
extravagant?
We're stonks.
Yeah, with stonks.
I
With
also want to
stonks.
point out that
Stonks?
it's not just that he went to college, it's that he went to Seoul National University, which is the university at the capital of Korea. So it's a prestigious college that he went to. So that's why they don't say he went to college. They always say like, oh, SNU. That's why
Yeah.
they keep bringing it up.
Because it's like I guess you would say like the Harvard or the Yale.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm trying to fix Chris's cam. Chris's cam is
Is mine glitching?
If this was an anime,
On
they would be
stream?
saying Tokyo University.
For the record, Seoul National University has a 10 to 20% admission rate.
Jesus.
Yeah, so there you go. That's why they're all very proud of
Hold on.
Songwoo. Why is it? Why? What are you doing?
because it's using Discord right now, not your actual camera.
Oh.
What else happened in episode?
Player 212 evolved into Karen.
Whoa. hello.
No, she's not. So
My-
I've been calling her Mama.
Well, hi, Chris.
You've been calling her what?
Oh, that was me. I was itching
Mommy,
my
what?
belly. I was calling her Mama, not Mommy, because she was the one that had the kid that didn't
Well,
name her baby.
I'm not convinced that she
Yeah.
actually has a kid at this
No.
point.
I don't know.
I'm with you on that. I'm not so sure. It's,
Okay.
Which, yeah,
I was just
she
calling
very
her
much-
Mama because
Like, don't get me wrong. Me calling her Karen does not mean that I dislike her as a character. She's definitely been
No.
one of my favorite characters so far.
Oh, I hate her
she-
so much.
But she definitely Karen's her way to get the things she wants. And
My
Camera.
My note is literally, I have to pee. I want to see your
Oh my God.
manager.
I feel like that was at least half an act. I think, like, she seems to at least understand how to manipulate people.
yeah.
So,
Well, and then Assassin Girl's like, I gotta go pee too.
yeah.
I do like that they had that little. There was like a little in joke of like, "Damn Koreans, don't do fucking anything until you start shouting at them."
Yeah. Well, no, and then
And,
she's in the bathroom, and you think she's going to, like, to piss.
Cat-
No, she just yoinks a giant horse pill out of her vagina for cigarettes.
I
That's
got
six.
my note is like, wait, really? You could have smuggled anything into the game, and you chose a lighter and cigarettes.
Okay, but the
Something
lighter,
they
need it, man.
and also, but the lighter did come in handy.
I don't. That is fair, but really, a lighter and cigarettes? Like,
I
come
mean,
on.
Addiction's a hell of a drug.
addiction's a hell of a drug. At first, I thought, before they did the reveal of the cigarettes, I thought she was going to masturbate. I'm like,
Same.
oh, okay, good, good for you, girl.
I said the same thing.
I
I'm
thought she
like,
pulled out a vibrator. I thought that's what that was.
I
In
mean-
all fairness, it does kind of look like a vibrator.
She just reached down there with her fingers, and I'm kind of like, all right, it's this kind of show.
Well, wait till episode 4. We'll get to that.
Oh, God.
Oh, yes.
Harry.
But yes, and then so little assassin girl sneaks into the vents, crawls her way to the kitchen, discovers that they are melting sugar.
And then Remy the rat decides to go say hey to her on her
Just be
shoulder.
like, hello.
And she's like,
That's a nice animated rat you've got there.
it was pretty
Was it
CG.
animated?
It was CG, yeah.
It was definitely CG. It didn't.
Was
It
it?
didn't
I
move
couldn't tell.
quite right.
I didn't notice it.
I
I gotta
I
say,
could-
like when they go ahead. Sorry.
Since I know what real rats look like and I've handled them and all of that, like, I can tell a really good fake rat.
Like the
Versus like
production
the-
value on this show is very good, but you can really tell when they use CGI. Like I'm not gonna talk about it now, but in episode 4,
Yeah, I was
Mhm.
just
there-
thinking that.
Yeah.
yeah, there was one where I was like, oh, that's like right near the end. I think y'all know what I'm
Well,
talking
yeah,
about.
because you
Yeah.
can't just
Yeah,
yeet
of course
people.
you can. But what I'm saying is, it didn't look very good, like compared to
Oh,
like the
yeah.
rest of the show.
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't know.
We'll get to that later, but
Yeah, we'll
I
get
know
to
what
that
you're
when we're on
talking about.
episode 4.
I
It's-
don't know.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get there.
Yeah, when they go.
But anyway, so is there anything else to talk about before the game?
The fact, before the game, not really. I don't think.
Actually, I had one point. I had one point. Are the pink suits there voluntarily?
I don't think so. I was actually thinking
I
that
don't
too.
think the circles are. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
they're
I think-
also prisoners.
I think circles are either like prison inmates or people who are severely in debt as well, and they're getting their money back a different way.
Well,
That would
that's
be
post
interesting.
the game. Yeah, because there's the at the end of the game, there's the dude that tries to take the hostage, and he pulls off the mask, and it's this kid essentially. He's like, "You're so young," and oh, that's a big oof right there.
And
Well, I
like he
mean-
doesn't even react when Dr. Doom
Fuck off,
pulls
Harry.
the gun towards him. Like
He
he
knows.
doesn't move at all.
Because he knows. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that there's a hierarchy for sure, and he's a square, so he's like top tier. So he
Wait,
might
what
have
did you
been
just
there.
call him? Oh, a square.
He's
Sorry,
a square,
I
yeah, he's
heard
square face.
I heard
So-
squirter or squirrel, and I was like, what?
So I mean, he might be there.
Wait till episode 4.
I know.
He might be there on his own volition. Might be getting paid for it. I mean, these people might be like, so like, you remember in episode 1 when the guy showed up and like it turns out he played that game with everyone. It could be that those who played the game with him but didn't like, go as far might have been offered like that kind of job because they know that they're not as desperate. But like, so it shows that they're not willing to like, put their life on the line for physical like, pain, but they're willing to like, put up with some shit for some work.
Interesting.
I noticed
know.
that they kept focusing on Cop Guy's
Detective.
pocket. Detective.
Oh, because
yeah.
because the button was ripped. That's why.
Well, yeah, but what?
That's
Why
the,
did they do
that's
that?
so
It's
that's
just
so,
it's how to let the
Oh.
audience know it's him.
yeah.
Well, yeah, but like they focused on, and I guess it's like
It's an indicator.
That yeah.
you can't really see from like his pocket from far away though, or at least clear enough
Well,
to
that's
see
why
that it's ripped.
Well, and then
You're not supposed to.
yeah.
It just shows you it when it's important to know it's him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair, I suppose.
I think just having that shot is enough to say like this is him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
But onto the game itself. The fucking light bulb that went off in my head when I realized what they were doing, because I have seen this game played at so many like fall festivals in anime so many fucking times.
Oh yeah.
Should
Like-
we do that for Extra Life? I feel like we should do that for
I mean,
Extra
that'd be
Life.
fun. I mean, obviously
Like,
we don't die.
But we
at
don't
the
kill
end
each
of it.
other, so like.
Yeah, you know,
I mean, I could bring a Nerf gun and we could shoot whoever loses in the head with a Nerf gun.
So essentially, like what happens is like
Kevin
they
has
have
his
these
nerfs,
little
I think,
sugar, basically sugar cookies,
Yeah.
and there's like a little cutout in the middle of a different shape, and the goal is to take the needle and like cut out the shape without breaking the shape. And that
You go finish.
Yeah. I was gonna, and I've seen this in so many fucking anime that as soon as I saw the outline in the cookie, I'm like, oh no! I'm like, oh, and then I remembered 456 had the umbrella, and I was like, Oh no!
And I loved his
This is-
thing. I love his thing. He's like, I'm fucked.
This is also when we learn that Daddy Lawyer Man is
Not a good guy.
He's kind of an asshole, actually.
College
he
boy
became
is
a lot less
college
daddy.
douche.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's no longer yes sir. He's fuck you.
Yeah.
He had the
Fuck
he had the
you,
flashback to his
and
childhood of like an old man on the side of the street doing that for kids.
Yeah.
He knew.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
like,
And that's
like
why
he knew
he
what the
chose.
symbols meant.
That's why he chose the triangle.
Yeah.
The
Also,
daddy.
bless Ollie for completely not understanding the rules of the game,
That
having
was
the
so
needle in his
amazing.
mouth the
I
whole
loved
damn
it.
time.
He's
and
like picking it
still
off.
doing it. Like bless
Circle.
that sweet
You catch
cinnamon
that.
The
roll.
needle in his mouth the whole time.
Yeah.
I
When-
didn't even catch that.
When he, if and when he dies, I'm gonna be heartbroken.
That
Oh,
was
I'm always so
amazing.
fucking mad.
Bless that.
Ali
bless
is
that
my boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then but
Face
like,
tap, man.
he also apparently the tat extends down to his shoulder.
Yeah. We find that in the next episode.
Oh.
Can
But
we just go, what was the point of having it on a playground other than the fact that it's a kid's game?
That's why.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Dramatic
Like, so
to
red, well, like,
dramatically shoot
well,
someone in the
'cause
head
red light-
and send them flying
well-
down a slide.
Yes.
Because red
I
light,
put a-
green
I
light.
put a cheek.
Okay, come on, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go.
I was just gonna say I made a cheeky note of, man, I hate it when I get my period going down a slide.
Mood?
Not for you, but
No,
yeah,
not
mood.
No.
No, I was saying, no, I guess it wasn't important enough to mention. All right.
we can watch
forget?
the binging with
yeah.
Babish episode on how to make it, and then I realized what episode this was. Like, oh, this is from binging with Babish. Oh no,
But damn, those looking close-ups though, that was much.
Harry,
for
we're
you
not
to
gonna
see.
buy-
I did not need that. I did not need
Oh yeah. No, yeah. When that happened, I was like, I think this is what I said to Kevin. I'm like, I don't want to watch these people pleasuring cookies.
No, jumping back just a little bit,
Here we go.
just them watching 67 watching them make the sugar, that was a great misdirect because they had the food thing just before that.
Yeah.
So like the misdirect is like, oh,
the
they're just
food war.
making more food for tomorrow.
Also that food that they had for in episode 3, that looked tasty.
Mhm.
It actually
little
looked
bento
kinda
boxes.
Yeah.
And I like that they're developing this sort of nostalgia based
Yeah.
around these like kids games and
I like
stuff.
It's like
main
on
character. I like Jihan when he's like reminiscing, and then fucking Sang-woo's just like, how about instead of reminiscing, you figure out what the next game is, and
Yeah.
he's just like,
Oh,
uh,
okay.
There are
my
so
note on
many-
that is
there are so many kids games, dude. What
that's
do you
literally my
expect?
note. So it's like bro, next game could be literally anything.
Yeah, it's pretty much unless you sneak around or sneak out, it's impossible to tell.
So the doctor, the guy who we find out is a doctor,
Yeah,
gets tipped off as to what the game is through his breakfast roll.
Yeah, I have
for
a
the
prediction
second
for him.
So
Or theory.
and well, that we'll get into that in episode 4. But so I thought, yeah. Anyway, he gets tipped off because he finds a little piece of paper telling him what the game is in his breakfast roll.
Yeah, I put different glasses, dude. Glasses, dude has someone on the inside? Question mark.
I will say though, wait, nope, thought, where'd it go? No,
Catch it.
No,
There it is. I
no,
see it. I see it. There
no,
goes.
no,
Oh, it
no,
went out your window.
Oh, does that mean
God,
we're able to move on to
no.
episode 4? Because I don't know
Oh,
if there's anything else to say about 3.
There's
Oh,
really
no,
not.
that's what it was. That's what it was. It was even though I know like 4, 5, 6 has like main character plot armor at this point, basically because he's lasted this long. It's like even that, knowing that, I'm still fucking tense every time he
Yes.
like
Oh.
the fire.
Yeah,
Also-
the tension is
Anxiety-inducing.
very real.
Sorry,
The
go ahead, Mike.
directing and the sound design is so fucking great in
Oh,
this
yeah.
show. I love it.
I would like to
before we
mention,
move on to
like- oh, go
4.
ahead.
Thank you. Before we move
Sorry.
on to 4, old man at the top of the bunk beds, just saying he's
Nope,
scared.
that's
Nope, that's
episode
4.
4.
That's 4. Okay,
Yeah, that's 4. The fight.
the-
Let's
the fight is 4. I mean, okay, then let's move to 4. Unless Steve has
Yeah,
more
Well,
to say.
actually, go ahead.
Because I had a note on there, because near the beginning of the episode, because they give that warning about
I'm
the
saying
like,
4-3.
yeah, there's like,
We're still on
or-
3.
I'm moving on to 4.
Well,
unless
Steve,
there's any more
did
3.
Steve have something
I just
about
have one more
something
thing
too.
on
Oh
3.
yes, I'm sorry.
Was that I thought it kind of interesting that someone snaps, says "fuck this shit" and takes a guard hostage before ultimately shooting himself in the head. It's like, I can respect that, going out on your own terms.
He did that. No, the reason why he shot himself in the head was, I think, because he realized how young 26 was.
No, I think he just knew they were going to kill him regardless, so he just took took the easy way
No,
out.
I think
I don't think so. I think he saw how
think they
young
wouldn't have
26 was.
They wouldn't have had the line about him saying he was so young and immediately preceding him shooting him in the head if that wasn't what it was about.
I don't know. Well, then, wait, so why would he shoot himself in the head then?
Because he didn't want to shoot a kid.
Yeah.
He was just like, oh God, what have oh Jesus. Like,
I mean, he's in a panic state anyway, so
that's fair, I suppose.
All right, Kevin, you have one more thing to wrap up 3?
Just that at the end, that Doctor Man, not only has he been tipped off by someone, but he actually gets pulled away.
Yeah.
By a couple guards.
Yeah,
He gets led away in different directions. So
Yeah.
I was kind of like, ooh.
Well, they tell him go right or whatever. And then 26 guard 26.
Shut up, Harry. You're right. Fuck you.
Guard 26 was the guy that was like, "Hey, you and I need to talk to Detective Man," and then he was the one that died.
26 or 28?
He's 26.
The original Square guy did not have a number.
No.
We did not know Square Guy's number. He was not 29. The guy in his room next to him. That was a different guy. He's still alive.
The circle guy, he Metal Geared at the beginning of episode 3 was 29.
Okay.
Also, I'd just like to say how fucked up it is that cop guy just straight up drowned a guy at the beginning of the episode.
Kevin thinks he was already dead before he dumped him, but I think he
still killed a guy.
Exactly, that's what I explained to him. It's like, if you're knocked out and you go into the water, you're dead anyway. So keep
in mind, to Detective Man, these are the people that killed his brother.
Yeah, he's trying to find his baby brother. So,
but they don't know that he doesn't know that he's dead yet, because in episode 4 he asks 456
about the names, and then 456 is like, we need to figure out what each other's names are.
That is interesting. That the police guy gave him the idea in his head to learn each other's names. That is interesting.
I mean, that was also really sad though, because they turned to Old Man. And Old Man can't figure it out.
That was so sad.
Yeah, brain tumor starting to make itself known.
Which sucks for me, because both my grandfathers had one had Alzheimer's, one had Lewy bodies dementia. My grandma has Alzheimer's now. So I know for a fact that if I ever lose my memory, I'm gonna kill me. So
yeah, that's fair.
Sorry,
we also jumped around a bit. The whole name thing was after the fight.
Yeah.
So
just wanted to make the comment known that I was sad about Old Man.
The beginning of episode 4 starts with everyone being severely underfed, and then we find out from Dr. Man, who turns out to be a surgeon, that his inside guys tell him that they're specifically trying to start a fight tonight. So
I just want to point out that I had literally taken my last bite of my dinner when Dr. Man was doing his dissection. I was like,
Dr. Man.
I finished right before this.
Dr. Man
they
is
got an organ harvesting operation. Sorry.
Yeah.
Thanks, Steve. Yep.
Well, you guys were about to say the same exact thing.
Black market organ harvesting, obviously.
Yeah. So
the eyeball though.
Yeah. So how Inception does this all go? Like, it's weird that it seems like this is being run within the games.
But I think also like the Dr. Man, or I'm just gonna call him Doc. So Doc probably got into trouble, obviously. So then they're like, we're also gonna manipulate you into doing organ harvesting for us. You know, like
I think they just knew he was a doctor and just kind of pulled his cards. Like, hey, we could get him in on our little organ harvesting shit.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I also think. I think that...
I was saying that he was in debt, and then that's how they got him.
I think it does go deeper, though, like because those guys, the ones that, like, told him to go left, and then, like, they started harvesting that organ, like, they were doing that in secret. Like, they're doing, like, a side hustle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
that's why I
hustle.
Because one of the guys in the main security office basically deletes the footage of him going left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they're doing a little side hustle to make some extra money, which furthers the idea that they are not there voluntarily, or they are also in a lot of debt and need money too.
Yeah. At first, I thought it was like, oh, this is how they pay for the Squid Game.
This is
but
how
then but now it's like, oh, maybe not. Who knows?
No, I don't think organs would. I mean, organs are expensive. I don't think they're that expensive.
Oh no,
go for quite a lot.
yeah, they
What the hell do
do.
I know?
No,
I mean, I
obviously
obviously,
6 figures.
obviously, like, I
How
don't know
much is a kidney?
personally, but a kidney's probably like 200 USD,
Let's see.
200,000 USD.
Black
obviously.
Well,
market.
speak.
kidney.
Okay, wait.
Make
so-
sure.
so
Wait,
you know
hang
how you-
on. Make sure you put it in the secret. Oh, okay.
First result, it says, this is from 2017. It says, a kidney on the black market goes between $50,000 to $60,000.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So
But so just for inflation, about 70,000 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
So-
liver can go for a lot.
but then
Heart.
Oh!
Yeah, the heart also goes for a lot, and I think the brain too.
couldn't you theoretically, like, because you know how
Yeah,
you
you
know how
can,
like
you
your
can transfer
liver,
a brain.
you know, like your liver grows back. Could you technically sell off half your liver,
You
wait a
can
year,
sell
and then
off
keep doing it again and
I
again?
don't think your liver grows back, or at least not in any like.
It doesn't grow back a lot, but it can still function at severely reduced rates. I think it's
Right.
like you can still live with 15% of your liver.
So this is in shit, not year. This is in pounds. So the heart is the most expensive in pounds at 425,000 pounds.
400.
425,000 pounds. Yeah.
goodness.
Which is
That's about
around like
$500,000.
500 something.
Yeah.
It's about $500,000.
Yeah. This
I
is-
would like
yeah.
to say that the new jackpot converted into after the game ends converted into American dollars is about 29 million. and
Yeah.
change.
Yep, we looked it up.
we all
Yeah.
said
I think
So-
we all did that.
Again.
So I meant to comment
My
this on
brain
this in
went
episode 2 because I was reminded of this again. But the containers they're putting the bodies in is exactly the box that the gun came in episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
But on the same note, it's really bizarre that they have such a specific way to move around the bodies because all they do is just light them on fire.
That's what I was saying. Like, what's the point of the gift boxes if you're just gonna incinerate them?
It's
Chris-
for show.
Chris commented that it's either for show or it's like some sort of weird ritual.
Oh,
thing.
which one was it? Sorry.
The gift boxes.
Yeah, the gift
Yeah.
box caskets.
Yeah, I was like, what the? Why are they making them? I was also like, I was getting maybe a little bit of Cabin in the Woods vibes where they're doing sacrifices, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't think that's it, but
Yeah.
it might be.
I see where you're getting that, but
Well, because why else would you wrap it like a gift besides being?
they got a theme, man. They're rolling with it.
So
I mean, it could just be like a child's gift. Yeah.
yeah. So just to confirm, did the sex happen before or after the fight?
After.
Okay, then I'll just read this note, then to transition us into the fight. So, me and Nat. It gives a warning about suicide in the corner there, but it hasn't come up yet. Us. Sees old man at top of the bunks. Us. Oh no.
No, I so for me it was so like when tattoo face man
I
kills
call
that
him
guy
Face Tap Man.
and like the guards don't do anything and all of a sudden
It's
like
him.
the money counter goes up and more money comes in.
But
I was
that's
like
all the little bloop of money there.
I was like, oh no.
Despair
I was
on
like everyone's in
And then
trouble.
I was like, oh, so it's the Hunger Games now?
yeah.
Uh-oh, stinky.
Haha.
Yeah, there's the part where, you know what really hit differently was when 456 was yelling, like, he killed a man, do you not care? It hits really differently after recent news, with the Rittenhouse verdict, so...
Oh yeah.
I was also going like, bro, this game literally they shoot you guys in the
Yeah.
head if
Well-
you lose a game. I mean, like, do you think they care that much? No.
I mean, I think what main character was saying is like, he was thinking it.
He thought it was
Sorry, I
fair.
have an
He
ad
thought
playing.
everything was going to be
What?
fair. Like,
Sorry, I had an ad. I had an ad playing in the background, and I was like, "That's not
Oh.
right." I was looking at
It's
black
like,
market
I-
prices. So
yeah, but it's like 456 thought that everything was going to be like fair and
Yeah.
square
It's
outside
like,
of the games.
in Square.
All right.
Yeah.
So basically, the Team Snake Face, Snake Tat Man, Yakuza guy. I don't know.
That's not a name. We need to
Taser face.
I say face
I would
hat.
say Taser
I say
face.
face tat man.
Face Tat. Anyway, Team
I like
Face.
Tat Man.
Face tat.
Team
man.
Face Tat
Face
Man.
Tat.
Basically, we kind of find out after the fight they're basically trying to win the game without having to compete in any more.
They'd still have to compete
game.
though. It'd only be like the 5 of them though.
Well, no,
Yeah.
but they would be cheating basically. Like they want to kill off everyone else, and then
They did a
Yeah.
pretty damn good job of it. Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
See, but
Yeah.
until episode 4, and I'm jumping ahead a little bit though, but until episode 4, each game has been individual based.
Yeah.
Right.
Like there is no teamwork necessarily, in the sense that like having people like on your side doesn't really have any advantage in the actual games itself. Until episode 4.
Also, I just want to comment on my favorite trend of the so far that I keep continued. My favorite bit that seems to happen is Ollie just being wonderful without giving any fucks. Like him just swinging that giant ass beam around. Like
Yeah.
He coming in with a 2x4.
Yeah, he's like, hey
That
guys.
was a girder, not a 2x4.
That was a metal.
murder.
That was
Four.
something that Bender bends for a living.
That's a big ass metal beam, like an
It's a
iron.
Yeah.
metal
Girder.
2x4. Fuck you.
It's not a 2x4.
I mean, it might have been 2 inches by 4 inches, but it was still a
No.
metal girder.
Oh, maybe.
yeah, and
Yeah.
he just did not give a fuck.
Also,
Yeah.
it's revealed. It's revealed later in this episode.
4x4.
4x4.
Thanks, Andy.
It's revealed later in this episode that Lee's actually missing 2 fingers,
No,
which I did not notice.
No,
before now.
they talked about it. They talked about it when he went home because he
Hey.
lost it at the factory.
Thank
'Cause
you,
he was
Patrick,
talking
for
to
the-
his boss about that, about giving me more money or giving him more money.
Oh,
Because
okay.
you've already taken my 2 fingers. Where's my money?
Oh, I must
okay.
have missed that.
Yeah.
I did miss. Because I was gonna ask, was his hand always fucked up like that? But that answers that, and also adds a little more depth to the finger crunch.
Yeah.
It's hard to
We
read
also find-
subtitles and take notes at the same time.
We
I
also
just wanna-
find out while we're on the subject, he's from Pakistan. We thought he was from India before, but it's
In other
Yeah,
news, we're all
Pakistan.
racist.
yeah,
Well,
that's unfortunate.
Let me do this. I gotta do this important.
Guys,
I
he's
gotta do this important
his
stream thing real quick. Patrick, thank you so much for the tier 2 sub.
Thanks,
Oh, I
Pat.
said that
God.
already.
Thanks,
No,
Patty.
I
You're the
was
best.
trying to and I kept getting interrupted.
Well, welcome to Friends and what we
Anyway,
do.
while we're on the sub, I'm just gonna throw it out there. Does anyone ship 4, 5, 6, and 6, 7?
No.
No,
Yeah, yes.
No.
Yes, 100%.
no.
Thank you, Kevin.
No.
100%.
No. I ship 6, 7, and the other angsty Korean girl should grab.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of shipped them too.
Nope. I
Yes.
Mm-mm.
I
No,
I don't like-
I like
4, 5, 6 is
pickpocket a
like-
main character.
Kevin.
He's got more dad-daughter vibes.
I can kind of get that too. Honestly,
than ship vibes.
I could go either way. Honestly,
Where he's kind of more looking out for her in not like a romantic sense, but in just like
you know
because
what? Oh, I
I'm not-
friendship it.
I'm not saying that I don't think there is anything romantic going on between them right now. I'm just saying I ship it.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
What if I said I shipped Ali? No, because he's got a wife and baby. Never mind.
Yeah.
So after the fight, we have a very intimate scene in the bathroom.
Oh,
I always
yeah,
hate it when
sex
the
in the
nudity is something that I
bathroom.
don't want.
What is
Also-
this female nipple?
Just one, just the one.
Just sex in the bathroom. It's very
Yeah.
Between
unsanitary.
two of the people I hate on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
mean,
still
they
love.
would be the ones to fuck in the bathroom.
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
They're not
still love her,
picky.
though.
I also I
like
don't
her as a
hate.
character, but I hate her.
Yeah, I mean I don't hate mommy or whatever we're gonna call her. I'm gonna call her mommy
I'm
Okay, let's go. Let's call her
We're
mommy.
not
All
calling it
right.
that.
because she's a mom.
I-
She's the mom. But
I'm not convinced
Mommy?
she's actually a
Sorry.
mom, but
okay,
Mommy?
but for now she's a mom. But I don't hate her because she's there just trying to win pretty much, and I
I
think
always
that
call
she's
her
sided.
19.
19.
Yeah.
19.
Or we could do
I
that.
love that. Was a great dialogue exchange.
Yeah,
I
she was just
fucking
like-
loved that.
She's like, excuse me.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kevin. Continue. We were interrupting you.
That's it. I don't remember what I was gonna say.
I just got a note that says, "Ew, did not want to see them fucking."
It wasn't graphic or anything. It was
Well, no.
fine.
So
I don't care. I don't want to see. I don't want to even imagine them fucking.
Well,
so
now
the
you got to
flag,
see it.
so the flag at the beginning of the screen, or at the beginning of this the fucking episode, was Kevin was like nudity, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Also,
And then I
it was
realized,
nudity.
and then it was okay. It was PG-13.
fine.
It was PG-13 nudity.
Well, no,
Yeah.
there was
Oh,
so
yeah, there's
It's
nudity.
R.
I was going to say they avoided showing nipple for that entire scene, only to blow it right at the end. And I'm just like, wait, what?
No, there was like
Kevin
peeking
spotted
nipple.
some peeking nipples.
Peking
Yeah.
nipple.
I mean, I guess.
What, like peking duck? Like peking nickel?
Monica, were you gonna say something about the sex scene?
No, just
Okay.
one of the things
like you were trying to say
Nat,
something.
Nat had made a note of was just the image of right before they show it of the clothes on the floor and the blood spattered shoes, and just that's a very particular imagery.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, they just killed a bunch of people. So.
Sorry, I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna go back to their.
It was not good titty.
I'm gonna go back to their like quarters. I mentioned this to Kevin. I was like, I'm getting a real big like high school lockdown overnight vibes. Like with the
Yeah, I've heard
like a high school
of people-
gymnasium, and like you do like a lockdown
Oh, a lock in.
or lock in type thing.
Lock-in.
Never had one.
Totally different things.
Yeah, there were
Whatever.
definitely some,
You
some
were
people
locked.
that fucked during the band lock-in when I was at high school.
I only had
Yeah.
Boy Scout lock-ins.
When we were in college, they separated boys and girls.
Okay, that was a band trip. That was different.
We were
Are you,
adults.
Wait, was that BOA?
Yeah.
Yes.
We
You
were
mean when
adults.
they awkwardly put all of the guys on the top of
Yep.
the
Yep.
track to stare down at all the girls on the bottom? Which
That
made
was
me
so
hella
backwards.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, that was like, why are we up here?
I would have I wanted to go. I like. It was stupid. I was an adult. I could have just gone with
Conservative
my fucking-
Indiana people.
Speaking of that, do we want to get into the maybe questionable elements of this episode regarding gender?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of like
Yeah.
sexism going on in this
Oh
game.
yeah, it was. Ooh, it made me so angry.
Well, I think that was deliberate on their part. It wasn't like
is.
inherently.
Yeah.
Well, see, it is, but I don't know if they resolved it the right way.
Well, episode
it's
4
not
ended.
resolved
Yeah,
yet,
it's not because
so-
episode
That's
4
true. That
ended
is
in a
true. I'll
fucking
give them the benefit of
cliffhanger.
the doubt until next week. But
Yeah, it quite literally ended on a cliffhanger.
A cliffhanger.
I have notes.
No, actually, it's a high diving platform.
We're not there
So
yet.
anyway, Tug of War is the next game.
I love tug of war, but not when I die.
I had a feeling it was that as soon as I saw them all lined up in a row. I'm like,
I
oh, this is gonna be
I
Tug
was
of
still
War.
guessing. Well, and then I saw like the two things, and then I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm like,
I did not.
This is
I did not realize that if you lost, they weren't just gonna let you hang there. They literally guillotined the rope.
yeah.
They
Oh, no, I
Marie,
saw that coming.
they Marie Antoinette'd the rope.
Yeah, because at first I'm like, oh, they if they lose, they fall off the edge. Okay, and then I'm like, wait, they're not falling, and then they guillotine the rope. It's like, oh, that's an unnecessary extra step, but okay.
And then
Well,
all
no, I
the
mean,
it's-
CG bodies.
This is interesting though, because this is the first game where other contestants are basically killing other
Yeah.
contestants, or
Yeah.
literally
True.
causing other
and
contestants.
it's the
to
first game where
lose.
it's team based. But so my thing
Yeah,
is that whole
same.
about the whole guillotine thing.
Guillotine.
As a someone who like, I don't like thinking about like death games, but like I like making mini games and stuff in Minecraft. I like thinking about games and stuff like that. So, but like the whole thing is the reason why they need to be guillotined is because they're attached to the rope with handcuffs. Like they're literally
Right.
attached to the rope. So,
Right.
Yeah.
so if there was no guillotine, they would never fall. On the other hand, if they weren't attached to the rope, when they were about to go over the edge, they just let go. like it had to be done that way.
I know.
Right.
As soon as I saw how huge the drop was, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, they're gonna fall to their death.
Yeah,
So,
I thought they were
yeah.
just gonna fall, but I think I just forgot that they were handcuffed to the rope.
I also
I
forgot
was
that
just
they were
more focused on the
handcuffed
fact that they're falling.
Mm.
But yeah, this
I
is-
also forgot they were handcuffed until they were free hanging there for a second. I'm like, oh right.
But yeah,
Yeah.
this is also going back to what we were talking before, this is the one CG shot where I was like, oh, not so great.
Look at the little green bodies fall.
Andy has a good point. Wouldn't the weight of the other team pull the other team forward?
No, he was saying that's why they had to guillotine
Yeah, that's
it.
why they had to guillotine it.
Well, no, but I mean, like, they were hanging there for
It was only like
for,
a half,
like,
but there's
it was
a
only
couple
like a half
seconds.
second or whatever.
Because of the angle of the rope,
I guess you
some
could-
of the
you could
force is
argue.
dissipated. Not all of it, but a lot
It's
of it.
not even
yeah.
argue. That's physics, babe.
I know, but I mean, like,
Kevin's arguing against
I mean,
nature.
it's
well, no, I mean, like, you would
diagram
still,
of
there
it,
would
but-
still be a lot of tension because that's a lot of weight. That's like 10 grown men. That's easily
I think it was
1,000,
faster
2,000
than-
pounds.
I think it was faster than the show made it. And then the show made it look.
Yeah.
It was probably stylistically
Probably.
slowed
It was
down.
on anime timing.
And
Okay.
it's not meant to be real. The show isn't
This
meant
planet
to be...
has 3 minutes till it's destroyed.
What?
10 minutes later.
10 hours
My
later.
Death Game TV show
Yeah,
isn't
episodes
exactly realistic? Holy fuck!
Yeah.
But so anyway, back to what I sort of led into this with. There's basically like, the doctor guy leaks to Faced Hat Man that it's like, you want strong people, well-built people for this. So then
Yeah.
immediately it's like, no women, no women. And so it's
Yeah.
like, oh, this is a little,
then best friend dude also seems to know about that too.
I don't think he does. I think he's just thinking statistically.
Yeah,
like
he's
you want
thinking
strength for a children's
he's
game.
thinking analytically.
Yeah, but still, it's
nerd.
No,
Yeah,
he's
it's
he's a sexist nerd, is what he is.
yeah, they're
I
I
just
also-
with money.
But I
I do
also
like that-
know that the dynamics are different in other countries. So.
I know,
Yeah.
but it's still just
Yeah,
Well,
I
I do
didn't
like
like it
that-
either, but I also
I do like that 456 was like, well, no, hold on. If we need to,
What about
we
if
need
it's a
something
girls'
more
game?
Flexible, then
Yeah.
which is
And then mommy just comes up
which
and
is-
she's like, "Hey, I'm gonna come join you," and they're like,
My
Okay.
my note on that was just like, oh great, she's on the main character team.
which is fine because Face Tat was an asshole to her. So I'm just like,
yeah. I
Yeah.
hope she follows through in killing him.
he got what he wanted from her. So
my note on that is one that wow, that was a quick 180 by Yakuza dude, and two, when he says, "Ooh, I'm so scared," I was like, dude, you should be scared. She's all kinds of crazy.
yeah,
so.
she got some
Basically,
good crazy vibes to her.
So, like, again, the episode is unresolved at this point, so it could still turn itself around, but as of the end of this episode, it doesn't really correct any of the sexism, because, like, it's the old man who comes up
It's
with
the
this
ageism that they
initial
fix.
strategy, and then it's, SNU guy who comes up with the secondary strategy.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was the
and
secondary strategy again?
The whole take 3 steps forward.
yeah.
If one of the female characters had said that, then like it'd be like, oh, they fixed the sexism problem. So
Yeah,
but I still think whoever's 67's girl, whoever she brought over,
Her
Say her
girlfriend.
just say her girlfriend.
because she was playing with a thread and tied it into like a
Yeah.
a knot.
I
thing.
Yeah.
did notice that.
So
I was
she
just
could
like,
still
that's
do something. At
That's
the
an
end of
odd
this.
shot to put in there.
I
Yeah.
hope she does something at the end of this, because otherwise it kind of just leaves the sexism as that. Which,
Yeah.
fun fact, is not really a track record for this director. Like, this director is fairly progressive from what I've read up on. For
I mean,
a little
again,
tidbit.
this is also episode 4 of 9.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Or
But
yeah,
just a
whatever
little
we
tidbit
have.
is previous in 2011, I believe, he directed a movie called Silenced, which actually prompted a change in laws in South Korea. Which
Wow.
essentially, it basically removed the statute of limitations on sex crimes towards minors.
Nice.
Nice.
Harry, I don't know how you couldn't notice the sexism. It was all over the place. In this
Because
episode.
Sang Woo was just like, no women, no women, no women.
But shout
No,
out, shout out to number 1 for being the real MVP and coming up
Yeah.
with the best strategy
Yeah.
ever. Because I
He,
mean,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
is
Awesome
number 1.
strategy.
like hold out for 10 seconds and
Strategery.
then pull.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just like, oh yeah, this is
I
great.
like because he I think he even said as a kid, he's like, I was never the strongest, but I always want, or I'm won
Yeah.
most
I've
of
never
my-
lost tug of war.
Yeah, I've
Also,
never
that was
lost
the
tug of
world's
war.
longest elevator ride.
Well, no.
Anime time.
Slow
And
elevator.
anime logic. It's because they layered that. It's more like they displaced the audio of. The
I know that, but hypothetically, the audio is going on while they're in the elevator,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is
And
like
he also talks real slow.
Wait
Yeah.
a minute. My
Yeah.
Death Game TV show is not realistic to real life?
anime time.
I also like that they picked 4, 5, 6 for the leader. Like,
Yeah.
that was a
Yeah.
nice
Well, no,
little thing.
because I like the reason why, because Schmitty Worgen Jensen was just like, you need someone who knows he's not gonna give up.
God
Yeah.
damn it, because he's number one.
Which
That's
I also just came up with a thing.
Oh,
where- I think so. This is going back, looping back to the whole like present thing and the whole like nostalgia thing we're just bringing up. What if this is some sort of weird show that they're filming for kids or something?
No,
No.
what, like Truman Show? But
but with
I
Death,
No.
It's all kid themed.
no, I don't think. I think
Wait,
it's just to throw
kid
the
do
adults
show
out
they
there.
shoot people in the
Blood for,
fucking
like,
head with
sprinkles?
revolvers?
No, sweetie, I think it's.
I
to
mean, they're
throw the
making it for
adults out-
Americans.
I think. Yeah, they know that we're stupid.
do they
I mean-
turn the blood into rainbows?
No,
I mean-
they don't promote gay.
Red party.
I mean, they've already confirmed that whoever Andros is working for speaks English. So
Well,
I don't know.
I
Just
thought
the-
Andros
he
is speaking
speaks
English.
He speaks English.
English,
with
yeah.
an
Episode 1.
accent.
yeah.
Yeah.
Episode 1, when he picks up the phone, he says like,
Yeah,
"Well,
because
already."
it shook
commence
me
the
to my
games.
core.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like, oh, whoever he's working for might not be Korean.
Okay, but that cliffhanger though, what the fuck?
My literal
thing.
note at the end, all caps, is "Oh fuck you."
Yeah, no, Kevin
We're
and
gonna
I.
go watch episode 4 after the podcast. or
No.
episode 5 after the podcast.
Does that mean we can watch it twice then?
Yeah.
Right after, and then we can watch it next week?
No.
Yeah, we can watch it twice.
Well, what if that episode has a cliffhanger?
Then we suffer.
Then we watch both of them tonight, and then
But yes.
we rewatch them before the podcast next
That
week.
that
Man,
was
this
episode,
show's so good.
that was
But yeah,
episodes
that's,
3 and 4.
Vanessa's having a hard time watching like the gorier scenes, like where they're kind of
Yeah.
like.
Oh
that's
yeah,
fair.
with the in episode 3 with
like
the
the
period
fights.
blood.
The fight. Well, that one not so much. It was more the fight where everyone was just kind of like getting
I
shanked
couldn't-
and stabbed. And,
I couldn't.
Yeah. Or the
I don't.
dissection.
I don't
Yeah,
have
how did you-
I don't have a photo
this
sensitivity.
section really
to
not so
anything.
much, actually.
Yeah, Chris, I was
Steven?
gonna. I was,
Steven.
What were
Can
you
people
saying?
hear Chris?
yeah, I was thinking
Sorry.
about that.
Can no one hear Chris right now?
I can
No, we
hear
can't.
you.
They just keep getting
That's
interrupted.
my
Yeah.
bad.
I was
That's
gonna
my
bring
bad.
up because I thought of you for the photosensitivity stuff.
Okay.
I was curious about that because I.
Yeah, so I got tested for epilepsy with like the photosensitivity, and it doesn't trigger any seizures or anything. But my brain doesn't like necessarily like it. I've never liked strobe lights growing up, anything like that. So I was like watching it, kind of like out of the corner of my eye, but it was just like, and I get why they were doing it because they want to disorient the players as well as the audience, us.
Mhm.
But I was also just like, couldn't you have just done like night vision, please? I didn't need that, but no, yeah, I was fine. It just my brain doesn't like it, but doesn't affect me physically. So
That's not necessarily.
But yeah, that's all.
You said unnecessarily.
No, necessarily.
Oh,
Nah.
N-E.
N-E-
shit.
NESSESS.
I'll just say it, and then we're talking about it. And Andy, we haven't necessarily been told that yet. So
Yeah, we just
Spoilers, maybe?
Thanks, Andy.
I don't know. Anyways, does anyone else have any
Well-
ending thoughts on?
I mean,
if I hear-
Andros is the spectator, I guess you could say.
If I hear the word "babe" one more time,
Well, she's not going to be calling him babe
Oh, thank
anytime
God,
soon. She's
because-
probably going to be cutting off his testicles next.
Yay!
Anyway.
True.
I'd pay good money to see that.
Yeah.
No more sex for him.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. No more sex. Like 69ing. No more 69ing. Okay, so just
Okay.
Wait, hold on, wait. Before we talk about this,
I got you on the transition.
but before we talk about this, it's podcast number 69. So we're gonna talk about sex for a little bit.
Nice.
If you are guys, come on, I'm trying to give like a disclaimer right now.
Guys,
If-
free professional here.
Yeah, stop interrupting people.
If you are uncomfortable hearing other people talk about sex, or if you don't just want to hear about us talk about sex, you can go ahead and mute the stream. I'm going to put up a little graphic for it. I'll take the graphic away when we're done. Just giving you a heads up. So, Monica, why do you hate the position 69?
Also, before I rant about that, were you going to read it?
I was going to say, Steve. Matt, I will make an exception if it's Tommy Wiseau, because that would be fucking great.
I just have to say, this is my contribution to the discussion.
Goodbye.
Where'd he go?
He just... I don't know, man. All I know is that...
Oh, his contribution is he left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And shoved something phallic in his mouth. So my extremely hot take is, while yes, 69 is the funny number, it's like the worst sex position.
Yes.
Because
it's too much work.
Because here's the thing, like, it doesn't matter like your heights or whatnot, you never quite can line up right. And you can't, and you either have to be like laying on your side, which is not very comfortable, or somebody's crushing the other person in some capacity, or you gotta like cover and like balance and plank over them, and that's not comfortable for anyone. And I can't fucking multitask like that.
To be fair, it's a good ab workout.
Yeah, I mean, my critique kind of goes along with Monica's. It's too hard to. Like, because you're focusing on giving
and not receiving,
and like you're not enjoying it.
So like
it's hard to enjoy that.
Very rarely gonna come from that.
Yeah, and I recently tried again, maybe like a few months ago or so, and I still was like, this is not for me. Like I said, I can't multitask like that.
The only time I've actually enjoyed it was while very high.
1 second.
Yeah.
I need to know what's happening here.
I didn't know how to.
I can't actually tell what's in your mouth, Mike. It's too bright.
It's just white.
It's a zebra cake, I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, don't do.
Fair enough.
Nice. That actually was pretty deep. Good job, kid.
Snack.
Wow, Kevin.
Get it?
So I said it was pretty deep, and then Kevin goes, "No, it wasn't." Well, I guess we shouldn't show off your hidden talent.
It's not that deep. Anyways. Moving on.
Oh god, food play is also the worst. Food play just doesn't work.
Food play.
Yeah, it's like
never tried that.
Work.
Yeah, it's like whipped cream and stuff.
Whipped cream,
like that.
yeah.
Oh, I tried that many moons ago and it did not work.
Bacon.
I've seen it in porn and I'm like, I don't think that would work. I would just want to eat the food.
Give me the whipped cream. Stop hogging it.
Not sex related. How do we explain to a Brit what a zebra cake is?
Do you know what a ho-ho is? It's like a ho-ho, but it's covered.
It's like a ho-ho, but it's yellow.
I don't think he knows what a ho-ho is either.
A little yellow cake that's covered in frosting.
Yeah, it's like a swirled. It's like a cake in a spiral, and then it's got frosting on it.
Do you know what a Twinkie is?
A ding dong.
No.
Well, I
it's
know
a pastry with filling in it and frosting on the outside. That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I was curious this afternoon when I realized it was going to be a topic. I actually Googled like what other people thought about 69ing on the internet, and I read this great article written by this woman, and she was like, I find that men have a hard enough time finding the clit. And then, like, you flip it upside down, and it's like, you're never going to find it now. And I'm just kind of like, that's a point. That is a point.
You're just going to be like one of those cats that don't know where the water is and just be licking the air.
I think,
or in the case of my cat, licking the door.
Yeah. I think it was Romancing the Pod I was listening to, and one of the hosts is like, 69ing is the thing that kids do when their parents are coming home in half an hour.
Sorry, hang on.
It's the thing you do when you actually have time. Yeah, I saw it. Go ahead.
Both comments, like Santa ho-ho, no. A Twinkie, it's a twink. A. And B, fuck off.
Well, I mean, Twinks are skinny and cream filled.
Oh,
God. And on that topic, I think we should just end the podcast here. That was very good.
But, as I was saying,
Kevin has peaked at this podcast. That's his peak right there. And now it's all downhill from here.
But as 69 is like, you don't have time for this shit, so it's you just gotta do it 2 for 1.
We gotta get it done quick.
Well,
and it's kind of like it's just so much.
It doesn't even work because you're like, that's in your mentality, and then it's just like you're busy But the other person,
Yeah, I could see that.
and then you're just like, I can't focus on me either.
It's about
'cause-
control. I would disagree with that, Andy, though, because like I
Yeah.
think like the more one-on-one oral sex is kind of more about like I'm in control right now. Like I'm the one giving you the good time.
I think he means more. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I think that it's more about like that way. Like one person's focusing on giving pleasure, one person's just enjoying it, and you're not doing it both at the same time. Like if you have time, just don't 69 it. Just
and
kind
do
of-
just do the other person once they're
But again,
done
like
with you.
I think the only time I've really really enjoyed it was while we were really high.
Yeah.
Just because you're more in tune with your own body, so you're able to like, I don't know, you're more aware of yourself in that mindset. So
Yeah.
it makes more sense.
It
Mom
could-
and Dad, I hope you're not watching right now.
Hypothetically, it could work. It
Why do we
could
have
work if you
10
have like
viewers
perfect
now?
torso lengths to each other, but like
Yeah,
the
but
odds of that are.
I don't know because, like I said, I don't think it matters about the heights unless you magically have the same torso length as your.
No, yeah, it's like a
together.
torso. It's like a torso ratio. Like
Unless
Even then,
unless
like-
it's like Mako and Gamagori from Kill la Kill, then like
I mean, even then, I don't think the whole like body length thing has to line up. Like for like standing sex, yes, it has to line up for that. But for like
Yeah.
69ing, I feel like there's more like curving of like backs you can do that makes it so like the whole like different
Oh,
body
wait.
lengths doesn't make it as difficult.
turn yourself into St. Louis Arch for me, honey.
Watch that back.
Oh god, I'm sorry, I'm not flexible enough to do a bridge
True.
anymore. I could never do a bridge, so.
Oh, I could actually, but
I could do a table, which sounds.
Phrasing.
The
Fuck
gymnast.
your table? That's fucking gross.
The
You
gymnast.
eat on that. What's wrong with you?
The gymnastics term for a table, which is basically just a backwards crab.
yeah, I could.
Anyway,
I could. Oh wait, I don't have enough
Okay, you
space
want to know
try
what's behind
demonstrate
you
that.
before you grab behind you. All right, let's.
yeah.
You know, we just
69
want
is
to
more for
reach back
BDSM?
and hope for the best.
I mean, sometimes you like a surprise.
Whoa, hey now.
Hey.
But yeah, anyone want to share their favorite positions?
You can start.
Now that we've talked about least favorite positions,
How about you start?
Akimbo.
what is a kimbo?
What's a kimbo, Mike?
You know, like it was the Call of Duty perk in Modern Warfare 2 where you could dual wield.
What?
I'm so lonely.
I don't know what to call it.
Call what?
This position.
You gonna show it?
No, I'm
You
just gonna
gonna
look up the
show
name.
it?
Ryan,
Like the whole like
of Akimbo.
The
it's
way
like
you led into that made it
I
seem
know,
like, oh, I'm
I
gonna
know.
display the
either
graphic, and I'm like,
for me it's either doggy or the one like missionary but like legs on shoulders. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Mating
Yep.
press?
Is that what it's actually
Is that what that's called?
I don't. Ryan, is that mating press? Back me up.
It's when my legs
I don't
are
know.
like
Oh,
this and
Actually,
I assume
I
Kevin's
can't.
looking at
Deep
mating press right
missionary.
now.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one. Yes, I agree.
yeah,
I like the-
I'm
the deep.
a single
no,
lady.
no,
I
not
just-
on the legs on shoulders. No, that's not what
Okay.
that is.
Oh, I forgot I have safe search off. Oh boy.
Why would you ever have it on?
You should
I
go.
mean,
you should
I
go
don't
into
have it on, but that's-
incognito.
It's called
Yeah.
the hook.
The hook.
I don't like that at all.
I don't like that
No,
term at all.
That me hook.
Everybody gets a bonk after this segment.
You brought up this segment. You fucking
You
kidding me?
did bring up this segment.
haven't done
Ryan.
anything.
bonk, you know.
There.
I was just gonna say, I'm a simple lady. I just like to be on top, man.
Be on top? What?
B.
B. Okay. I was.
All right. So you said yours. Who else said theirs? Sorry, I was too busy fuming at Ryan quietly.
What the hell did I do?
What was it called? The hook.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah, I can't.
That be hook.
And then yeah, because fucking Kevin and this
The
pirate
hook is
thing.
my penis.
Anyways,
If you have a hooked penis,
Chris,
you might need to go get that.
Chris, are you
checked
comfortable
out.
sharing? Do you want to share?
Yeah. I just gotta think.
What the? I'm just looking up sex positions now. There's one called the 68, where it looks like
Why?
the woman lays on top of the man. So like, the man's on his back, and the woman like lays with her back like on his belly, and then like legs spread on his face, and then he's just like looking up
Because
and
he's
like licking.
complicated.
Yeah, it's kind of like
That's not much better.
that's not comfortable.
In fact, I think
that's
that's
worse. That's
sit on
worse.
his
That's so
face.
much worse.
Anyway,
It's
Chris.
easier.
Stick it in.
Anyway, Chris.
Haven't done this one in a while, but I actually do like reverse cowgirl.
Oh.
Yeah, it just takes a lot of work to get into that position. And then yeah, if you're not fucking flexible.
Yeah, Steve, you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I would know more than you, motherfucker.
You wouldn't
see
personally.
Last podcast, Steve.
And
Touche.
then
And we all remembered that.
I'm not sending this in.
and
in
then
Twitch,
it's not it I guess I would call it downward doggy. Cuz it's still doggy, but I
Oh,
down and I go,
oh,
Oh,
no!
yeah,
It's
doggy.
face down, ass
Face
up.
down, ass up.
Yeah, I like downward doggy
Ass
sounds
up,
better than
is it?
face down, ass up. That's the way we like to fuck.
What?
Okay?
That is far too much flexibility than I am capable of. Oh,
Anyway.
wait, I'm not the one that would be flexible in this situation.
If anyone wants to know, the position I just shared in our Twitter chat is called the helicopter.
Ooh.
That seems impractical.
That
and
is-
difficult.
Does seem very impractical.
What is this? I don't even think the penis is angled correctly.
It's angled into the ass.
It's like you're giving. It's
No,
like
it's
an
going to like
ass-
the small of the back,
You know, like you give like a boob job. This looks like an ass job.
like a butt cheek job.
No, like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
rubbing in between the butt cheeks, like the.
Yeah.
Danny,
Isn't that
stop!
hot dogging?
Stop, Danny, do not judge us. Stop it.
Meow, yeah.
You look like a
It's the face of Douglas.
I'm clipping that. I'm clipping that.
Steve, do you have any positions you want to
Defeated
share?
dog.
I am not
Well, and of
particularly
course-
comfortable sharing that.
No, and of
That's fair.
course she comes in when we're talking about sex.
Yes.
Your
Yeah.
cat's a degenerate.
Yeah. Animals are very good at interrupting.
Anyways, I think we're done on that for now. We'll probably talk more about this kind of stuff later. This is kind of like the icebreaker for it, I guess. So I'm going to take off the warning now. So sex top. Does anyone else have anything else to want to say?
Nah.
I feel worn out by that.
Okay. 3,
Everybody
2,
gets
1.
a bonk.
Bump. Everyone bonk themselves.
Boop.
I didn't do anything remotely lewd in there.
You know what else is sexy though? Sports.
I'm still mad you wrote that transition into the notes.
I didn't write it in there.
He didn't write it. I did.
I'm
Fuck
mad at
you.
you then.
Yeah, you own that.
talking about sex, so is that why you're leaving? You fucking weirdo.
All right, Ryan. Sports. Go.
During a World Cup qualifier match, Ukraine fans turned a Russian flag upside down to insult Putin. Bosnia fans saw this as thought it was a Serbian flag, so they fought Ukraine fans.
Oh, this is also really not good because it's looking like Russia is gearing up to invade Ukraine in the next couple months. So that's not great.
University of Texas San Antonio football team's 11-0 record is the first time a Texas team has started 11-0 since 2011. But regular University of Texas fans won't let you know that. # horns down. The Staples Center, home of the LA Lakers, Clippers, and Los Angeles Kings, as of December 25th of this year, will be renamed to Crypto.com Arena.
Yep, I heard about them.
This will go either of two ways or both.
Crypto
LA
needs to
residents
die.
LA residents will continue calling it the Staples Center, a la the Sears Tower,
Yeet.
Patel, Comiskey. I know it's all Chicago, but fucking bear with me.
Oh,
And
I see what you did there.
crypto.com goes up in smoke in about a year when that shit starts getting taxed or however crypto's going to get fucked in 2022 or 23.
All of your favorites are into crypto now. Life is pain.
I'm gonna step away real quick.
Drake Bell, like the Drake and Josh guy, keeps posting on Twitter about how he's doing NFTs now, and I was like, I am this close from unfollowing your ass.
Ooh,
Why
Drake?
do you follow him? He was convicted, or almost convicted of, like, statutory rape.
I thought he was.
She's following
I
you,
don't
babe.
know.
I think
I
this
don't
is the
pay
trial
that close
still going,
attention.
I think.
I probably will. In fact, I'm gonna fucking unfollow him right now, piece of shit.
Current Toronto Maple Leaf captain and former New York Islander captain, John Tavares, has won a game at UBS Arena, the new home rink for the Islanders, before the Islanders have.
Y'all.
The Nashville Predators want to help you deal with your in-laws this Thanksgiving by offering a 4-ticket package to any of 2 games this week. 2 tickets for lower bowl seats for you and your spouse, significant other, partner, friend, whatever, and 2 upper bowl tickets for your in-laws.
Ha!
I love it.
According to his former live-in chef, wide receiver for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Antonio Brown, used a fake COVID vaccine card to avoid NFL protocols. Brown's lawyer said his client is legitimately vaccinated and that when his client is ready for the booster shot, he'd be willing to get it on live TV.
Then why have
Do it, you almost-
Hey,
I sneezed at the end of that.
The Monday Night Football broadcast is often referred to as the Manning cast, as both brothers and former NFL quarterbacks Peyton and Eli Manning call the games and have a different guest on just about every quarter of the game. All done remotely and virtually. Guests have included former NFL players like Marshawn Lynch, other NFL broadcasters like Al Michaels. Kevin Hart was on Monday Night Football last night, but one of yesterday's guests, former U.S. Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice.
One of these things is not like the other.
I forgot she was still alive.
well, that and the fact that, like, that's not even like a Z-list celebrity. That's like, what's less than a Z-list celebrity?
I would not say that Condoleezza Rice is less than C-list.
When was the last time you thought about Condoleezza Rice?
The last war crime she committed.
Thanks,
Let me
babe.
think. Hold on.
She
The
also
last war
said
crime,
she'd like
nice.
to be NFL commissioner one day. I mean, anything's better than the guy we have now.
Hooray for future war crimes! Yay!
Wait, war crimes and football players?
Shit.
Wouldn't be surprised at this
Do
point.
you doubt me?
No.
I mean, concussions are basically a war crime at
Yeah,
this
pretty
point.
much. Yeah. Chicago Bears fans have had enough of head coach Matt Nagy's ineptness as head coach. They started a Fire Nagy chant during Sunday's game
Fire
versus
diggy,
the
diggy. Sorry.
They started a Fire Nagy chant during Sunday's game versus the Baltimore Ravens, which they lost. It is also reported that most of the Bears players want him gone as soon as possible. Even worse is that last night Chicago's Bulls game, a Fire Nagy chant broke out, and it was even louder, despite it being a different sport. Even worse. The same chant broke out at Matt Nagy's son's Pee-wee football game.
Oh no!
Oh, that's not cool, actually.
Not good at all.
That's not great. I don't like that.
Just real quick, when Patty did the tier 2 sub, he just chanted the Matt Nagy.
Yeah, I was talking to him. I was like, "Yeah, I got a thing on that. Give me a minute." Because there are also reports saying that he was going to be fired after the Thanksgiving Day game, and I'm just like, why would you tell someone that you're going to be fired after a game before that game even starts?
Well, and then Matt Nagy today came out and said that he has not heard any news of that.
Yeah, exactly. It's even stupid to even believe such a thing.
I mean,
Like, hey, I'm gonna break up with you. Like, wait, right now? No, in like a week or from now, I'm going to. But I'm letting you know now.
if I had to guess, like, upper management's probably talking about, like, if he loses on Thursday, like, then they'll fire him. But, like, and there might have been this, like, misinterpreted to the media.
Probably.
Because
But-
aren't the Lions unvictorious this year so far?
Yeah.
So yeah, if they lose Thursday, I think Matt Nagy's toast.
You fired. Sorry.
But it
That was
is
reflex.
important to note that no Chicago Bears head coach has ever been fired mid-season in their history. So
That's shocking.
yeah.
Really shocking, honestly.
Anyway, Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones voiced his frustrations on a Dallas radio station about star wide receiver Amari Cooper not being vaccinated. I'm not going to go into what Jones specifically said. I'm just fucking blown away that a rich white Southern man is pro-vaccine.
That is valid, actually.
I'm not blown away with it. I'm happy about it. Like, follow that man's example, you fuckers.
He's
Anyway.
also a nutcase. 30 minutes.
hey.
30 minutes in.
Oh
30
my,
minutes
okay.
into the new team store opening, the newly named Cleveland Guardians, formerly the Indians, had a sign fell down from the team store and it shattered.
Oh God.
30 minutes into the store opening. No one was injured. And finally, as of yesterday, yet another spring/summer American Football League will be starting up in April of 2022 in the reincarnation of the United States Football League. It will consist of eight teams with a 10-week schedule.
Okay.
Teams are the Michigan Panthers, Birmingham Stallions, New Jersey Generals, Houston Gamblers, Philadelphia Stars, New Orleans Breakers, Pittsburgh Maulers, and Tampa Bay Bandits. Hopefully the new USFL will last longer than the XFL because of COVID. Or the Alliance of American Football. Money. Or the original USFL from the 80s. NFL bullying and money.
Nice. And that was it.
Yep.
Sports corner.
The place for sports. No, none of us are Eskimo brother. Well,
No, Kevin, we're not.
well,
No.
No,
not Eskimo
technically,
brothers.
Don't you start on this. Don't you start.
Are
Me
you
and Chris, technically. Whatever.
Don't you start.
Wait,
UV
you're
Blue
talking
Knight,
about our
know.
partner?
Yeah.
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 Well,
Any hoozles.
nobody here. Nobody
No,
here.
nobody here, no. Not in this.
No, I mean, technically, if you want to get, like, technical, Chris and I.
Oh, yeah, because we, yeah.
Eskimo brothers is what
guess.
happens when you share the same sexual partner.
We're
Does a
Eskimo.
threesome count?
Well,
Yes.
yes, but also on separate occasions.
That's fair, I suppose.
we're-
Okay, I wasn't gonna bring it up, but now I have to pay it back to Harry.
Anyways.
Sorry, I have to pay it back to Harry for a little bit. In regards to Condoleezza Rice, he said, "quote Hey, I'd hit that.
Rice.
Yeah, you would with her fucking teeth gap, you fucking Brit."
Oh. Wow.
Harry, now you have
savage.
to come over so you can just like beat the shit out of Mike.
Anyways, Ryan, you had some more sports stuff to talk about too.
Oh yeah. My brother had his last game with the Big Red Marching Machine, so my family after Saturday will no longer be performing on the field.
Oh.
After 10 years
On the same sousaphone, right?
on the same sousaphone, all three of us played it
16?
for at least a year.
How
Right?
much does it cost to
10,
buy it?
number 10.
Can you buy it?
I don't know. We're trying to figure that out.
I mean, talk to Ben. He might be able to hook you up.
Yeah, message tires.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure that out. Hold
Okay,
on.
anyways.
Yeah,
The game itself was a huge fucking cock tease. ISU scored on their first possession. Not only on their first possession, their first
like, you're
fucking
nice.
play, and then they fucking shit the bed in the last 10 minutes of the fourth quarter. And I think I can sum it up with the thing that I said on Saturday. Ray Charles can fucking manage a clock better.
Ray Charles was blind.
We kn-
Really?
Anyone in the audience that
Got
doesn't
rid of them.
know, that's true.
Fair.
Anyways, is that it?
I don't know.
Well, I also threw in stuff that I've noticed that changed in Blono
Yeah, go for it.
between the time that at least when I last left. There's a bunch of smoke shops in Uptown now.
Like, what do you mean by smoke? Do you mean like just
like
weed
vapes
shops?
and
that
kind of like the smoke shop
that was kind of starting like when we were on our way out. Like more stores were having like bongs and cartridges and stuff. I noticed. So.
Remember, you call them pipes.
They're bongs.
Yes, we know.
We're not in one of the stores. They're bongs.
Yeah. I don't know if it's DPDO that's going to be making their own beer, but there is a brewery going in place next door to DPDO.
Nice. That's just brilliant marketing.
Yeah.
Ow.
DPDO's fucking best.
Oh, so good. I love it.
Was that it?
Trying to think of what else there was. I don't think there was that much else that, other than what I mentioned you guys this past weekend.
Okay, just because we're
Sneeze. Oh,
go
ahead.
ahead.
Gonna skip some topics or?
No, I don't want to skip topics, but like I don't want a lot of dead air because we have a lot of topics to go through still.
Yeah. So speaking of which, what the fuck is a pea puffer?
Oh,
you guys don't know about my pea puffers? So
actually, I've heard of them.
So
they're very cute.
They're very adorable. They're like less than an inch long. They're essentially they're dwarf pufferfish. The full name is Indian dwarf pufferfish.
I'm gonna assume very dead now.
No, only
half of them are dead.
The other three are still alive, but two of them are bullying our favorite.
Well, so I don't know what happened to the three of them. Like suddenly, like one day they're there, one day they're not.
Yeah, because I fed them like the day before, and then.
Oh, did they eat each other?
I'm assuming
they might have. And then we do have a couple. We have like 3 coolie loaches in there. One of them is named Rahul. He's our stripey boy. But I haven't seen them in a while either, and we've been having issues with that tank, which is what Kevin's about to do.
So yeah, and that tank's been having a lot of bacteria outbreaks and algae outbreaks or whatever. So our current plan is to save my favorite pea puffer.
Our favorite. Her name is Kush.
Her name is Kush. They were all named after weed references because they're puffers.
Wow, so original.
The tank was actually called Puff Puff Pass.
Yes, that's what we named the tank. So our plan is to keep the one that we like, Kush, and then to give away the other 2, and then restart that tank and do something else. So I've been running all over the place looking for tank stuff this week. Chris helped me a lot today.
I might ask my coworker Adriana if she wants our 2 pea puffers because she has some.
Mm-hmm.
If her tank is big enough though, because she did get I think she got 3 in like a 10-gallon. So I don't know.
I mean, if they're fine, if it's not territorial, it's probably okay. But yeah, so there's going to be a tank sitting
They're not bothering her
right there soon.
Her neon tetra.
Here,
so.
I kept meaning to ask, what happened? Why isn't there a return of aquarium cam?
Because it's downstairs.
And also, I haven't hooked up like the Alexa yet, or our Wi-Fi camera yet.
How many months has it been?
4. I don't even know where the Alexa is. It's lost. Anyways,
it's not.
So that's the pea puffers. So expect to see a tank getting set up here probably tomorrow, actually. There's gonna be a tank here eventually.
Well, and so you'll be able to see it behind me better. That'll be her temporary spot, and then we're gonna do an actual we have a 15-gallon, right?
Yeah, and so there's gonna be a second. So actually, we might be able to do both right here.
Danny likes to walk across there and sit on that, so you're gonna have to discuss it with your daughter.
Like, it's not gonna be that long though. So a tank probably here for Kush, and then a 15 on the back end.
Actually,
for
both of them will fit perfectly right there. But
that's
she
what
likes to walk across it.
It's not gonna take up the entire space. Anyways, so there's gonna be some fish tanks in this room soon.
Neat.
Moving on, Monica, tell us about movies.
Okay.
Because we're moving on.
Not what I was going for, but okay.
So one of the things that Nat stands firm on is that the worst cardinal sin that a movie can commit is to be boring. And you know what? I agree. Because good movies obviously have their merits and keep an audience interested and engaged. And even bad movies, while they're bad, keep you entertained with their bizarre and hilarious choices. Middle of the road, boring movies are the worst of all. That being said, let's talk about Eternals.
Oh no,
this is a hot take.
That's what I figured it would be.
So just to give a little bit of background, so Eternals is directed by Chloe Zhao, most notably directed this year's Best Picture and Best Director Oscar winner, Nomadland. It's also important to note that I also wasn't really a big fan of Nomadland. That's a very important thing because one of the things that I did see from another friend of mine on Facebook who also regularly watches movies is that he is more of a fan of Chloe Zhao's stuff and did enjoy it, whereas I wasn't a big fan of Nomadland. And the cast is huge, with a lot of notable star power of Richard Madden, who is best known probably as Robb Stark, Kit Harington, Salma Hayek, and Angelina Jolie, just to name the bigger names.
Kit?
Yes, Kit Harington.
My Kit.
Yes, if that incentivize you in any way, shape, or form. So, just to give a little bit of background, for if you're unfamiliar with the Eternal... Yeah, I'm gonna do no spoilers. Don't you worry, Harry. I do a pretty good job of trying to keep spoilers
and then Kit Harington died.
So...
I haven't seen it. I don't know.
So, the Eternals are a group of beings sent to planets to help them fight these creatures called deviants and cultivate intelligent life on the planet. And eventually, they successfully wipe out the deviants on Earth many centuries ago and went their separate ways. And then fast forward to the snap, that apparently there are some global consequences, including the return of the deviants, and the Eternals need to reunite and investigate what's going on. So the big thing that this movie suffers from is kind of twofold. It's a lot more complicated that because we're presented with the same issues that like Superman and Captain Marvel run into, in the sense of you have these beings that are so powerful, and how do you give them any sort of challenge or struggle to overcome? And this movie has essentially 8 different Supermans. These are all very omnipotent, ultra-powerful beings. And since there are 8 of them, that they're without any previous MCU establishment, that there's a sort of too many cooks issue, where I was waiting for someone to just be like, too many cooks?
Too many cooks.
I was thinking about it. I was just letting you talk.
I appreciate that. Not gonna say that. With Zero is established, they don't have any previous MCU established, and despite this being the second longest MCU movie behind Endgame, that there is not enough time to develop this team, and really goes against what the MCU kind of does, has established prior with how they work their formulas in terms of slowly introducing these characters in their own separate movies, where you just have, like, here's 8 characters at once, and their intricacies. Personally, I think that it would have been either better split into 2 movies, because one of the other big things is that this movie stretches out literally from the beginning of humankind to present day. Like, that is a very long stretch of time that this movie tries to wrap itself around. And it would have been a lot better if it either split it kind of into 2 separate movies, or if they did it as a TV series and really took the time to flesh everything out. Because it's like they don't really have time to develop them at all. Like, there's one point in the movie that 2 of the Eternals are talking, and one of them's like, "Oh, you've always been in love with this one particular Eternal," and
thanks, Captain Plot Dump.
and it's like, really? We never saw this. Like, there was no, like, establishing shot of you, like, looking longingly at him or, like, interacting with this character at all. We have to be literally told that you love this character. And there's another part where 2 of the characters are talking about how one of the Eternals really loves the people of this planet, but you only really see the shot of that after, like, 10 minutes after that comment is made. So there's a lot of telling and not showing, and it's because they can only do so much with what they have, and Marvel's movies are pretty normally low stakes just in general, because it's pretty rare that the bad guys win the day, but the stakes are so painfully low with a end of the world plot, and in the very least with the knowledge of No Way Home coming soon, Like there, and the problem with no real antagonist. It's just that's why that lead-in is just there's so much boringness to it because of the fact that there are no stakes. You can't connect with these characters. And one of the other strange things is that there's an after-school special level of diversity in this cast. And while that's not a bad thing, it's bizarre to me. There are two Eternals in particular that are very fascinating. Like one of, in terms of their representation, one of them being is a gay black man, and the other is a deaf woman of color, and their story about living for centuries would be so fascinating, but they get the least amount of screen time, which I find highly bizarre.
They do.
Yeah,
That
and
tracks.
yeah,
Nerfs the gays.
Unsurprised. Yeah, and the big thing is that there's apparently one of the thing Chloe Zhao is known for her directing. I personally don't see it, but that is apparently she has an ability to bring a level of humanity to her works, which is probably why she was tasked on to take on the Eternals. I still conspiracy theory think that Nomadland won Best Director and Best Picture just so Marvel can have a recent Oscar-winning director to brand one of their movies with, but
Whoa, who said that? Wow.
I buy it.
But it's just it didn't really work because the movie just was so much with so little time. I will say though, there's still some things that are very cool and very very nice about this movie. That it is visually, the landscapes that it cultivates is really stunning. I had another there about it, but I'll just skip that for now. Also, there are two other interesting things. Is that it is notable as not only the first Marvel movie with a sex scene, or as close to sex scene as PG-13 can get, and the first, as far as I think, with not only the first open gay character in the MCU, but also that shares the first gay kiss on screen. RIP at showing this movie in China. Anyway.
They're still showing it, though, I think.
Probably censored.
Yeah, did they cut that scene in China?
No, they didn't.
Almost.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
They said Marvel specifically said that they will not be cutting or editing the scene.
Cool. Good for them.
But if
I'd like to
China's
see the
editing
box
it,
office,
but if China's editing it, that's different.
Yeah, because it's a cute character moment to see it, so them cutting it won't really detract too much from the plot, but it's still nice, and it's still neat to be like, hey, this is cute. Obviously, with this being a Marvel movie, there are end credit scenes too, in fact. The two end credit scenes are more exciting than the movie itself. But overall, I know I kind of word vomited this all over the place, but it's just, I would say don't rush out to theaters for this one. I will say I don't regret watching it or feel like it was a waste of my time or really have any hatred toward it, but it just wasn't great. I still think it's worth a watch just to kind of keep knowledge of what's happening within the MCU. My personal recommendation is to wait till it gets Disney Plus released and watch it solely for the two end credit scenes. And I would say I would shy away from just looking up the end credit scenes online because they make more sense and have more impact in context than looking up the scenes without any context.
Well,
See, I feel like we're reaching a point where I think Marvel needs to realize we don't need a movie about every superhero. Like, some superheroes can just be like the secondary characters of another superhero story. Like, I could see the Eternals working great as like a different superhero group that another superhero has to win over. Like, I could see that working great.
Yes and no. So, like, the whole thing is that, like, everything Monica said I've heard about I've read about in reviews. Monica's totally valid there. The biggest complaint I've heard about the movie is exactly that. It's a mostly big plot dump. It tries to do too much, and it tries to do too much because in the comic book world, the Eternals and like what they're introducing with like Celestials and stuff, that's big brain Marvel time. Like in order to go forward in the MCU, they need to do this. Like they need this movie. Essentially,
Sorry, did a little bit of a tangent. Wasn't Ego a Celestial, Star-Lord's dad?
Yes, no, he was not. Ego was a living planet. Like he. Like,
okay. For
like,
some reason, I thought he was a Celestial, or maybe he wasn't.
He might have been. I
feel like I've heard that term before in that context. So
what, the living planet?
No, Celestial. I feel like I've heard that before in a Marvel movie.
The Celestials were essentially beings that existed before space and time, really. In Guardians of the Galaxy 1, when they go to nowhere, which is the giant like floating skull, that's the skull of a Celestial. Exactly.
Yep, you're right.
Essentially, in order to keep going, like, I think Galactus is technically a Celestial. Oh, I guess Ego is a Celestial. Okay. So yeah, but in the comics, they need to establish why they weren't in it previously. I mean, essentially, going forward, things like Big Brain Eternals and like Deviants or whatever they were called, like that's super important going forward. Arguably, the more important thing is establishing Doctor Doom. I don't know how they're going to go forward in the MCU without Doctor Doom, which they're doing a Fantastic Four movie coming up. They've hinted towards. They've yet to confirm the Fantastic Four movie, but they had a giant fucking blue 4 at the end of their like Phase 4 trailer.
Wait, so hold up. Why do we need Doctor Doom?
What else are you gonna do?
I don't even read comics, and I know how important Doctor Doom is.
Where is the MCU gonna go without Doctor Doom?
Steve, okay.
What other end of the world character is there besides Thanos?
No. There was that whole thing where he like held the timeline together or some shit like that. I don't remember.
Steve, Doctor Doom is the Lex Luthor of the MCU.
True.
I would argue he's even more like
I would
convoluted.
say more so, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, yeah. I mean, Secret Wars is essentially a bunch of universes are colliding, and Doctor Doom seizes the moment to reform the universe into his own design. Like it's ultimate. Like
good job, actually. I think I read that a long time ago.
It's God King Doom. He becomes God King Emperor of the universe, and it's
but
fucking
surprisingly,
awesome.
he wasn't like as big of an asshole as you'd think.
Well, no, because Doctor Doom is one of those characters that like what he's doing, he's kind of doing for like okay reasons. Which, by the way, we finally saw Shang-Chi. Fucking awesome.
So
like,
good.
The villain.
What was really annoying though was the subtitles were off on Disney Plus, so we had to actually put the full subtitles on it.
If you put the full subtitles on, it's better.
Yeah.
But I mean, and Shang-Chi did the one thing that like most Marvel movies have failed to do. The one good example I can give is Black Panther, where it's making a villain that like you're kind of like, okay,
Yeah.
I get you. Like I understand why you're doing this. You're not just doing this for power. You're doing this for a good reason.
Black Panther had the best MCU villain. I'm gonna say
Yeah,
that.
well, I know the Shang-Chi villain is pretty up there as
agreed.
top tier villain. Like
200% agree. Yes.
You should. Shang-Chi was very good. You should watch it,
So-
especially if you like Black Panther. Like Shang-Chi's very Black Panther-esque.
Also, the martial arts is fucking dope.
Yeah.
So
which
good.
they kind of have to nail because that's his whole shtick. But
Yeah, it's his whole thing. It's a kung fu movie. It's a kung fu movie. It's great. I need to watch more kung fu movies.
And yeah, I
Kung
guess
Fu
you
Hustle
could.
is good.
I guess you could argue that they're kind of setting up Kang to be the next big bad in the MCU, but I still think it kind of has to be Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
Like,
Also, just a quick, interesting side tangent. Because one of the things that personally connects me to the MCU is, I'm a second generation nerd because my dad is a huge comic book nerd and read a lot of comics in the 60s and 70s. And when he saw so a lot of the MCU stuff we watch, like early Phase 1 MCU stuff, we saw together as a family, and whenever I still saw MCU movies, he and I would talk about, like, what do you know about this from the comics? And he said that he got the first 10 issues of Eternals, and then he stopped. So he has Eternals #1.
oh, that's funny.
That's gonna be worth a lot of money soon.
Yeah, and there's and he said that there was a point in time that my dad's like, maybe I'll sell this off to help fund my children's education. That never happened. My dad would never do that. But he also, there was a thing in one of the post-credits things that he got very excited for, and he's like, this is exactly how it was in the comics.
Okay, that's good.
That's nice.
You know what else is nice? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead with your transition.
I was gonna say dad jokes are nice, but like uncle jokes are pretty nice too. Like my uncle used to say
I
all the time, like
you.
You should have stopped him. I don't even know if I want to talk about it anymore.
My uncle used to ask what smells like up dog in here, or he used to like tell me the cake smells
What's
funny.
up, dog?
Does anyone else have any good notes about uncles?
So are you talking about the TV show or the recent movie, Steve?
The movie. I'm talking about the movie. I've never
I
seen
loved
the TV
that
show.
movie. The 2015.
It is
I think we saw it with you guys.
underrated.
Yeah,
Did we see it with you guys?
That was our last
Yes,
date night with the two
We all saw
of
it
you.
together.
Yeah, I know. We watched it recently. It's good shit.
No, not recently. We first saw it in
Well,
theaters together.
Steve
I
and
know.
Vanessa
What I'm saying is
saw
I
it.
rewatched it recently, like this weekend.
Oh,
Past
yeah,
weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched it this weekend. It was fucking great.
Yeah, that's a funny and fun movie.
Yeah, it's.
Man from
I
Uncle, by the
mean,
way.
Army Hammer is well, he's been super canceled now because apparently he's kind of a fucking psychopath. But
Army Hammer though.
something about cannibalism. Yeah, look it up. It's a ride.
Is he a Scientologist?
No, cannibal.
I mean, what's the difference?
What?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, but it's a ton of fun. It doesn't take itself serious at all. Henry Cavill's fucking great. What I did find interesting.
Henry Cavill has yes sir energy.
He does have yes sir energy. I get that.
Yes, sir.
To quote Paige Wesley from Cult Podcast, he is on her spit list, which is people she would let spit on her.
Honestly, kind of say I'm a little gay for Henry Cavill. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh. Wait, I just googled Henry Cavill cannibalism.
What?
Henry
No, Army
Cavill,
Hammer.
Army Hammer.
It's not-
Okay, was it Army Hammer that we're talking about?
Army Hammer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Henry Cavill's golden as far as
Okay.
I'm concerned.
Apparently, so it's not like actual cannibalism. Apparently, he has fetishes involving cannibalism and also consensual non-consent.
Yeah, it's
i.e.,
not great.
Rape play.
Yeah, it's not great.
Gross.
Hey, fetishes are a-okay as long as you don't.
Hey,
act
if it's two consenting adults, besides the whole eating people thing, I mean, if people want to roleplay that, cool.
Listen, if we want to go back to the porn segment, do you want me to share my hentai history? I mean,
I'll take a hard
No.
pass on that. Anyway, back to Man from Uncle.
All you need to do is just share the digits. No one will know the difference.
It's a fun spy movie where Henry Cavill's the American agent and Armie Hammer plays the Russian agent in like the 60s or early 70s. What is it? What's his face? The British guy. Motherfucking. God damn it.
Bill Murray?
No. What?
Bill Murray's not.
Motherfucking Bill Murray!
Oh, okay.
No?
He's not British. Anyway.
Zombieland, come on.
Sure.
Keep up.
Keep up,
But
Steve.
yeah, it was a ton of fun. Would recommend. It's criminally underrated, and I'm genuinely disappointed it never got a sequel because the chemistry, the entire cast was fucking great.
Nice.
Yeah.
I forgot that movie
cookies.
existed until you put that in the topics, and I'm like, oh wait, is he gonna talk about the movie, or did he actually watch the TV show?
No, why would the fuck would I watch the TV
And then I was like, wait a minute, but we all saw this movie together.
I know.
Why would
I
he
just
talk about it?
I just rewatched it recently. It was good shit. I don't know what
It
you
is
want
good.
from me.
Mike, is this... I'm not even going to transition.
Because
Is this a full anime box segment right now coming up?
no, this is just one.
No.
Okay, good, because we're at 1 hour and 51
Oh,
minutes.
right. Yeah, tell your story, Mike. Tell what big accomplishment you just...
Wait, was
The
Steve
title
done?
for this
Oh, yeah, Steve, were you done?
Yeah, good shit. Watch Man from Uncle. It's good.
The title I gave my segment was Journey of 1,000 Anime, because
Yummy.
according to My Anime List, or MAL, which is basically a website that you can use to catalog all the anime that you've seen and rate them and stuff. According to that website, I have reached 1,000 completed entries.
Michael.
According to Mel, Mike is a huge fucking nerd.
Specify, this is not 1,000 anime that I've completed, because the way Mal works is if there is a planned break in a broadcast, that is like its own specific entry. So, for example, Naruto only has like 2 entries for its TV series, so like part 1 and Shippuden, whereas My Hero has 5 seasons, and each of those seasons has its own entry on my anime list. So it's not 1,000 anime, but still 1,000 entries on Mal is quite the accomplishment. It also keeps track of the number of days that you watched, and I am currently at 187.8 days watched.
That's a third of a year you'll never get back.
Michael.
Yes. So for my 1,000th anime, I decided I'm going to check out something from one of my favorite directors, Hideaki Anno, director of Evangelion, and that is His and Her Circumstances, also known as Karekano. It's a high school rom-com and is one of the best and most infuriating anime that I've ever watched. It definitely has some like predecessor of Kaguya-sama vibes to it. So
sure,
I could at least recommend it on that level. Fucking love the main character. It's basically like if Asuka from Evangelion was thrown into a high school rom-com and then she actually had to get better. So Steve knows what I mean.
Hate like this?
Well, no, see, Steve, by episode 6, she has to get better.
Okay.
So, and it actually has like an actual romance to it. Like they're in a relationship by episode 4, which is another huge plus. Because a lot of rom-com anime just fucking push the relationship off for fucking ever. So there's so much great stuff about this. And also so much infuriating stuff about this. There's way too much recap footage. There's a lot of very out there visual and editing stuff that Anno does where he kind of just goes off the fucking rails with it. It was also put together in a really weird way where even the Blu-ray footage kind of looks like ass. And Gainax has lost a lot of the masters for this because Gainax is a really poorly run studio. But overall, I would say I enjoyed it. It was pretty much encapsulated 1,000 anime watched. It had all the things that I loved and hated about anime. And looking forward to another 1,000 more. But first, I think I need to rewatch some stuff. I think I need to go back to some of the earlier.
Oh, Cowboy Bebop. I've still never seen Cowboy Bebop.
Space Cowboy.
Yeah.
Wait, is there any way that we can watch it together, Mike? We watch it together. I've never seen it.
It's on Funimation. I have to binge it first because untitled video project. But
okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, and I also just hit 1,001 yesterday because I saw Gintama the final in theaters. That was really good. Mostly no complaints about that. It was also very coincidental that I watched my 1,000th anime on Sunday because last Sunday was the 1,000th episode of One Piece.
Nice.
Jesus fucking Christ.
We should start watching One Piece.
No.
After Naruto.
No.
That's
we
going to
finished
take
Naruto
you
first.
if you're not even finished with Naruto yet for as long as you say you've been watching it, you're never going to get
Mike,
through
I keep telling you, I restarted. I'm at the beginning now because we're watching it with Chris now.
Yeah, you're not going to get through One Piece.
No.
But
listen, One Piece has to end eventually.
Does it?
Technically not.
But yeah, His and Her Circumstances, good. Would recommend,
Nice.
but it's going to be a bit infuriating in some points.
No, okay, so where I was in Naruto, I was past time skip, but I just restarted with Chris like a couple weeks ago. We're like still in Land of the Mist or the bridge builder.
Oh god, that's
thing.
the second Kai episode.
Yeah. So we're still far behind.
It's great.
We're mostly watching it when we're not in a
When we're high, just say it.
No, we are watching it.
Just say it.
We are watching it no filler. I actually have all of the episodes downloaded in Kai format. So essentially, someone online went through all the episodes and they pretty much organized every episode as if they were a volume. So there's only 72 episodes technically, but they're each like an hour and a half.
That's the problem.
It's like we're gonna watch 72 movies. Anyways, so yeah, Thanksgiving's in like 2 days. That's kind of cool. Thanksgiving's a terrible, terrible holiday in American history.
Super racist.
Oh yeah.
As like a normal like getting together with family, celebrating what we have kind of thing. I'm cool
great.
with that. But like as like an American tradition holiday, I'm kind of like, no, this is a terrible day. Anyways, but what's your guys' favorite Thanksgiving food / traditions? Mine is I freaking die for sweet potato casserole.
Freaking cookies.
Don't you hate like all other like Thanksgiving food though?
So here's my thing. I have never been a fan of Thanksgiving because as a kid growing up, I did not eat a lot. Like I ate small meals very frequently. I was not a binge eater. So for me, Thanksgiving was like my parents would be like, okay, we have to eat this big breakfast and then don't eat anything until like 5. So I was kind of like, well, that kind of sucks. But then when Thanksgiving dinner came around, like I wasn't like gonna eat a whole bunch because I just didn't do that. And just I'm not a huge fan of turkey. I don't like regular potatoes. I'm weird. Like potatoes to me are just so blah. Sweet potatoes are amazing.
Yeah, bitch.
Sweet potatoes.
Don't forget
incredible.
about your sweet potatoes.
So I'm excited for my sweet potatoes.
Like my mother.
And plus they're soft, so they'll be nice on my teeth.
Yeah,
I'm gonna eat so many sweet potatoes on Thursday.
Teeth.
Go to the dentist.
I have an appointment. I have an appointment to see.
I told Vanessa a couple days ago that you didn't like Thanksgiving food, and she just replied, "Yeah, he can't be your best man anymore."
But
ouch.
Ooh,
Well, okay, I'll see myself out then. Have a
No,
nice
you
day.
can stay, Kev.
He likes
Okay,
certain
thank you.
Thanksgiving foods. Just
As-
okay. To be honest, though, turkey is not great.
Oh, that's where you're wrong. I love turkey.
you need a good turkey.
You need-
turkey.
Dark
You
meat,
need
I'll eat.
someone who knows what they're doing. Dark meat is the shit. I will fight anyone who disagrees.
No, you are correct, sir. But also, the only turkey that's good is if it's already stuffed,
Oh, ham. Sorry.
and it
You
has to
stuff
be.
it yourself.
Well, yes. Well, yeah. No shit. But
yeah, you stuff it yourself.
Kevin, do you
Episode
need,
69.
Kevin, do you
Don't
need
forget
Oh,
to stuff
yeah.
it.
do you need a timeout?
Probably later, yeah.
All right, I got a Thanksgiving hot take.
Wait, no,
I don't like ham.
Why would you have ham on Thanksgiving?
Some people have ham and turkey. I know my family has done that.
Sorry,
before.
my family only really does turkey.
It's
Sorry,
it's
I
like
said-
the
I mean,
that's why I'm like-
in case the turkey sucks.
Yeah.
So the
White
only
meat-
time,
Oh
the
wait,
only
y'all have backups.
so the
We suffer.
I have a Thanksgiving Day story. May I tell it,
Go for it.
Kevin?
Yeah, whatever. We're already 2 hours in.
Yeah, I'm about
Cool.
to say we're at the point of
We're,
So-
we're not doing anything after this. Fuck it.
So when I was in, I believe, 6th grade, my great grandparents were still alive, and it was one of my very last Thanksgivings with them. My uncle and my dad didn't really know how to work the this deep fryer that they were doing, and it was the first time they ever did it. And because they kept putting like the thermometer in, and the thermometer said it was still undercooked, and then they took the turkey out, and it was black.
Oh.
So my granny, love my granny. She was the matriarch. She was the boss. She
Sorry, is
served
this your grandmother or your great grandmother?
my great grandma.
Ah, gotcha.
She served it up to my great grandpa, and he's like, "What is this?" And she's like, "It's turkey. Eat it." And he's like, "Oh, okay."
It's turkey.
I will-
Eat it.
I will
Eat
say,
this.
as a kid, I was a bit more of a picky eater, so a lot of the typical Thanksgiving fare I didn't even touch because dumb child reasons. You know how it is. Like,
Yeah.
you don't
I know.
it,
Oh,
you
Still
don't
like
eat it.
that.
But then
Like straight up.
after I worked at Glenwood Oaks for a bit and we had like some of the other food, I immediately did an about face. I'm like, oh, Thanksgiving food's awesome. I love sweet potatoes. I love cranberry sauce. I love all this shit.
Yeah.
Cranberry sauce in particular, I've become really fond of.
Cranberry
so.
sauce, even the canned kind is delicious.
It's
Oh
pretty
yeah, the
good.
canned kind's really good.
We also, because we're a mostly German family, we also do sauerkraut on Thanksgiving and
Nice, good call.
and Christmas. I'm a sauerkraut like freak.
Girls just do Spätzle a lot.
oh.
Our family does Spätzle. a lot.
Spätzle is usually Christmas Eve, but since my sister's hosting this year, I don't know what the fuck we're doing. So because
They're doing fillets.
we're doing
tenderloin.
Yeah,
Ooh,
because
nice.
well, no,
Yeah.
2 years ago. So every other year for Christmas Eve, we go to we're now doing my sister and her husband, just because everyone's around that area and it's a nice common ground. And they did beef Wellington because that's what we used to do.
Beef Wellington.
No one's done beef Wellington before.
That's rough.
We did it way back before you were a part of my family.
According to Jim, it was the first. Or according to Sue, it was the first time.
Okay.
But it was according to Jim, it didn't turn out good.
Yeah,
Jim's the cook.
Yeah, he was kind of sad with how it turned out.
And to cook like beef Wellington for like 20 people, like
yeah.
cooking one beef Wellington.
He's
for one
like, yeah,
person's
we're
hard
not
enough.
doing that again.
Yeah.
I don't think when I was at Glenwood Oaks, I don't think beef Wellington was served 20 times in the 3 years that I was there.
Yeah. Does anyone else have any? Monica will put the topic.
Sorry,
there.
just to piggyback off of Chris's thing with the sauerkraut. We have some half Polish people in our family, so we get Polish sausage and sauerkraut a lot too.
I
Always look
love
forward to that.
sauerkraut. I love it.
Yeah.
It's and I don't like any other cabbage except sauerkraut. It's weird.
I mean, I am the basic bitch who is like, sweet potatoes, yeah, but also pumpkin pie. But a very particular thing, even though that this isn't going to happen this year, or really hasn't happened the last few years because my mom's side of the family I haven't really been at that Thanksgiving, and it's not really happening this year.
Yeah.
Is that one of the traditions is that normally my mom's side of the family would have pumpkin pie, but also a French silk pie. And
I've never had a French silk pie.
it's good.
God.
You haven't been dessert at my parents' house or my family's house. This would be your first time. Actually.
When I talk about food play,
Cover me in that, yeah. Oh, I'll cover someone else in that and lick it off. Though.
Yikes! My wholesome family's
It
Better either be me or Jess.
Oh no! Anyway, Monica,
Crown me, Daddy.
keep going, Monica.
So, one of the things is that my uncle Ray would always make a big show about making sure, like, he got to the pie first and getting my dad the first slice of pie, and trying to be like, well, you're not going to get any pie, and always making a huge shtick of that. And eventually, as I got older, he included me in on that. So having the French silk pie is also that's something I did last year when we were doing the quarantine for Thanksgiving, making sure I had the pumpkin and the French silk, even if we didn't really need it because it was just me and Nat. But
I like French silk pie. It's good. It's very creamy and delicious.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had my first pierogi for the first time last weekend.
Oh, pierogies are great.
Oh, pierogies are delicious.
I had some back when I had a Polish supervisor.
So sorry for the last weekend thing real quick. We met up with my sister and brother-in-law at their house so that we could go see my parents' new house, that other thing. But Jim made us breakfast. Made us omelets, pierogies, and like dumplings or something like that. But it was delicious.
What I'm learning from this is that Polish people have the most exotic white people food.
But Jim is very much Irish and a little bit of German. Like I don't like you guys have met him. He's ginger, freckly man.
Oh,
yes.
and also because my family is super Italian, there's also so much pasta. Much pasta.
Yeah, I love German food though.
You actually just because I'm doing German on Duolingo. Technically it's pronounced Spätzle.
Spätzle. Yeah,
Spätzle.
I know, but we Americanized it because
Spätzle.
Spätzle.
Steve, did you have one? Because you look like you're gonna say one.
I don't really do favorites, so to speak, with any. Like, you ask me to pick a favorite movie, I'm just gonna look at you just like slowly.
Well, good thing you'll never have to pick your favorite child, I guess.
But I love turkey and I love stuffing, particularly.
Oh, I was gonna say something. The best stuffing is the one that's made out of like croutons, but not like crispy ones. Just like the brick of bread. Sorry, go ahead.
Turkey and stuffing, I think, are my favorites. Everything. I wouldn't say everything else is like not important, but like those are the two most important bits to me.
Yeah, yep, right on.
Nice. Okay. Anyways, yeah. So that kind of covers it for Thanksgiving, I guess. A couple stream things coming up here. Tomorrow we're planning on doing some Stardew. I think might be a little. We have a thing we're going to attend at a local brewery.
Yeah, but that's at like 4 or 5.
Yeah, but we should be on time for that and stuff like that. So hopefully we'll be on time, whatever. Thursday, probably no stream, maybe some late night stuff. I don't know when we're going to get back from our family stuff, all of us individually. And this weekend's kind of just up in the air a whole bunch. No idea what's going to happen, so if you're not following me on Twitter to keep updated with that.
I got the day off on Friday if anyone wants to play games.
I do not, because fuck me, I guess.
I might.
I also don't have the day off, Chris. I feel you.
I'm not even doing my actual job at work. I'm front desk.
Front
desk.
I might have to pump this video up.
I'd rather wrestle animals than be front desk. I'd rather be bit. I'm good. It's fine.
I might have to pump this video out quicker than expected because timing, so I might not be available for much. So
okay.
You better be available tomorrow night because I'm getting annoyed.
Yeah.
Chris and I will be starting our own Stardew stream. We think
you all.
We're mostly going to use it.
No, it's okay.
We're mostly going to also use it as a time to preview mods.
Yeah.
We're
gonna
mostly
test them.
Mostly we're going to try out Stardew Expanded because I think we're going to use that for our next season, our next main season. So this will be kind of like a side thing. It will not interfere with the main season of Stardew Valley. So Stardew Valley Season 3 will still be a thing. So we're going to have to come up with a new name for it. We'll figure out something.
3.5?
No, I mean, we'll...
K&K Farm, dumbass.
Either that or like farmers only.
Oh.
Lion King
God.
1.5.
Anyways,
Lion King 1.5.
Do not. I do like that. Lion King 1.5 was not bad. Fuck you if you think it was.
And in other news, Minecraft lore time.
Oh, goody! My favorite segment.
So, 1.18 comes out next week. So
where we talk over everything.
No.
hold on.
Let him do
This
it.
will be. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this real quick. 1.18 comes out next week. I don't have time to go through all the like Far Gods individually anymore. So I'm just gonna rattle off my entire list real quick here.
Oh boy!
Just as a refresher for everyone.
Oh yeah, a refresher.
So we've got Alfheim.
It's their first time listening to it.
16 Far Gods.
Oh god!
You don't need to know them all, but so this is the thing though. For this server, I do recommend you kind of try to role play as much as you're comfortable with. I will be kind of rewarding people who kind of get more not more into it, but get more into it. Mike, fuck you. What are you doing? So like it's one of those things where if you pick a Far God and you align to that God will give you better gifts and stuff like that and better rewards. So I'm just gonna kind of go down the entire list right now of all the Far Gods I have. So Alfheim is the god of the sun. Tonamir is the god of night. Serpus is the god of the sea, and Rexus is the god of the mountains. Those are the 4 I've already introduced you to.
Neat.
The ones I haven't introduced you
Also
to.
a bad season of SAO.
Cool.
I have to change his name.
No, it's fine. It'll be fine.
So we also have Felmire, the goddess of the forest. Weesire, the god of ice. Jezros, the goddess of hell. Fuck, I can't read that.
Wow,
Can't even pronounce your own god.
Eris.
Phenomenal.
Eris?
Erisda, the goddess of magic.
Arizda, you fucker.
Arizda. Adsire, the god of potions.
Oh, you can't.
Ramshire, the god of war. Kuva, the goddess of the farm. Nuldir, the god of redstone, Tutor, the god of order, Aether, the goddess of joy, Ida, the messenger goddess,
Ida.
Ita,
Oh, Ita.
and
Okay.
Zeldir,
I can
and-
be too.
and
Zeldir
Zeldir,
also prefers Ida.
Zeldir, Zeldir, the builder god.
Builder. Bob the Builder. Can't he fix it? Bob
Eat a dick.
The Builder. No.
God damn it, Andy! I fucking hate you.
We got one. We got one.
We got him.
Eat a dick. Eat a dick. Nice.
Got him.
Are there any of you guys have questions about or anything?
Kevin,
I
beat
will
this.
help Kevin.
I know I've gone too far off the deep end, Steve.
No, that's not what I was gonna say at
I will
all.
help Kevin determine the relationships between all the gods. Because
I already know
I'm
them
a
all.
little fucker like
Something
that.
kind of cool is
Okay, fine.
Oh.
Then I guess I won't help you. Fuck you.
It's just an orgy. It's all orgy.
Arista. Oh, what? Go ahead.
Freeze
I'm just gonna say I beat this in the nicest way possible. You are such a fucking goober.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You don't have to live.
Can we please have a penis god? No. So Arista is the goddess of magic, and Adsire is the god of potions. Those names are each other spelled backwards. They are androgynous twins.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen this
Non-binary
kind of
twins.
before.
Guess who thought of that?
That one.
It definitely wasn't Kevin.
Hey, okay. But yeah, those are the 16 gods.
Who doesn't like androgyny though? Like, come on.
Sweet Jesus, like the evolution of beards.
Bitch.
I too watch
It
anime.
really
That
is.
Is totally valid.
Yeah, Steve's got the shortest, I got medium, and Mike's got long. Mine used to be like twice as long, and I shaved it all off. I shaved half of it off like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, beards. Got it. Okay.
What did you think we meant?
Dicks.
I mean, not that
Penis
Kevin took off
god.
the stream.
The penis gods.
talking about
I'm the
penis
biggest.
gods.
I'm the biggest penis god.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Okay. I
Yep.
mean, that's not what
Okay.
you said 10 seconds ago. But
Hey, I was talking about beard length. Thank you very much. Thank you, Polar Knights, for bringing up that. But yeah, so those are the far gods.
It's like the evolution of beard. It is very true.
Fucking Caddy! Jesus, you killed him!
If I saw Mike's beard on the homeless dude, I wouldn't be shy.
see, I wouldn't have had that if I hadn't done that bit myself before when I was in college. So
Yeah.
He had a very long.
Remember that one time, Mike, in college, where you were
When he
like
was
storing
poor, Mike?
groceries in a bush?
Yeah. What the fuck, Mike?
I Skyrimmed it. Yeah. Listen, the bag ripped. I didn't have a car. It was like a 30-minute walk to Meyer. I Skyrimmed it.
Was it Meyer or Kroger? I thought it was Kroger.
Oh no,
I
it's
think it was Kroger, yeah.
It was Kroger. I Skyrimmed it, and it succeeded.
So you rimmed it.
I rim jobbed it.
Jesus fucking Christ, that was a stretch.
Why are we not doing
69,
phrasing?
Ow, my arm.
Podcast 69.
Oh,
Woohoo!
And on that
Poor
note,
baby.
Oh, that was
we
me
all
on
need to
Friday.
go to bed.
So
I
yes,
ain't going to bed yet. This is my fucking holiday, bitch.
our new Minecraft
Go
series,
to-
Farland, will launch next week on Tuesday. We'll probably play it after the podcast if the podcast doesn't go,
Don't forget to download
2
everything,
hours.
bitches.
because
Oh,
that's
I'll
when
probably
Minecraft
it.
comes out. So yes, and that means we need to finish the World Tree this weekend, or I need to finish the World Tree this weekend.
I'm working this fight. I'm making you money this weekend, bitch.
Dollar bills. So yeah, make sure you're following here on Twitch, so you know when we're live next. Also follow me on Twitter at VGRCast, so you get updates on streams and stuff like that.
Thank you, Polar Knights, for showing up while we were ending.
Yeah, and for making that bit kind of funny at the end.
Kind of funny.
Really funny, actually. So yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out. We'll be live tomorrow with some Stardew Valley, so make sure you're following, and we'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.
Hello.
Bye.
Podcast 69.